Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. The love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams. Real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by. It's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is recorded in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers like you. Thank you.
Oh, hey.
You got about 10 minutes of me being completely on point.
Okay.
Well, so far so good. What's good? How's
All right.
everybody's week?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
you were muted for the first 10 seconds.
Who, me?
Everybody, I don't know what's going on with my audio.
Just
Oh, all right. Let's do that again. Then.
Yeah, let's go. Let's start from the top.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Yes, sir. You officially back at it. Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 205. I'm your host, Boog Nice. Got my boys with me, Pancheesy, Rick Dom, Fabster's back in the building.
That's
Let's
me.
do it.
That's
Better?
it. Way better. So good.
All right.
What up?
All right. So how was everybody's week? Fabio, you start because you was the odd man out.
Okay. My week was pretty good. So I wasn't here last week because I went out of town to San Diego to go see the band Ghost with Kyle Wadaga from Super 7. It's fucking awesome.
Santiago.
Let me tell you.
The whale's vagina.
No.
Like top maybe 3 live shows I've ever seen of all time. Like an incredible performance, incredible like stage production, all of it just super on point. One of the most enjoyable shows I've ever seen. They have easily become like one of my top favorite bands right now too. I've been listening to them like nonstop since that show. And I was already like, familiar with them, but now in full gimmick, having seen it, having absorbed everything that they are. Yeah,
You did it.
one of my new favorite bands. Really cool. The band Ghost. So good. And then on Saturday, I saw Poison, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts here in LA at SoFi Stadium. It was so cool, incredible, so many good memories, but I can't enjoy any of it. If you guys saw my last stream, I'm a little bit down in the dumps. I can't enjoy any of these amazing new memories and these friendships that I've formed and all this amazing tour merchandise that I bought because Mesco had delays this week, and I'm just still so just deeply sad about all the stuff that I don't have, that I can't enjoy what I do have.
Tell us about it.
I just did.
Explain.
And I talked about it for a whole hour on Monday on my last stream.
Pancho, I don't know why, but your mic sounds like you're being killed by Becca via pillow.
Sorry, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm having the worst fucking day of my life right now. Hold on.
Hey, you know what?
Did
Not
some
as
of your
bad
toy
as
pre-orders
Fabio.
get delayed?
What?
Poncho? Did
What?
some of your toy pre-orders also get delayed? And that's why you're having a terrible day?
Oh my god.
I think that's a yes.
That's a big yes.
How about now? Is that better?
Oh, now you're crystal clear.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
It's got that picture.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude,
that's
these mics, they do that sometimes.
Yeah, apologies, everybody.
All right.
Apology accepted. You were saying?
Yeah, tell us about your day since it was so bad.
Oh, it's just a bunch of shit that doesn't matter.
Don't tell me.
It matters to me. If it matters to you, it matters to me, Pancho. Okay?
It's the little things, brother.
Yo, in great news, I caught up on some toy bills. One of the greatest feelings in the world is getting out of debt, and boy, let me tell you.
Did Joe Biden pay for those too?
Oh my God, here we go.
Toy bills.
Did he in fact take you out to dinner?
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, I paid off a bunch of figures that I've had waiting for me in Toyco. Big shout out to Andrew, the man, the myth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have so much stuff coming. It's unreal. I have
What's the correct pronunciation of his last name?
Yen?
Wait, are we talking about the same person?
Probably not.
Andrew Yen.
You said Toyco, right?
Yes. Are we? Maybe
I thought his last name was like with a G. Like, am I bugging? All right, maybe I'm bugging.
Like Nguyen? Like
No, it was like, I don't know. Don't start me trying to pronounce shit.
Yeah, this thing is spelled Y-E-N, baby.
Oh, no.
So what you're saying is
No, I'm not that bad.
your loyal viewers can expect a speedy delivery.
Uh-oh. Possibly. You know. That reminds me, I did film a video this week. Whoa, I put out a video. That's crazy.
You absolutely did.
yeah, so what's it called? SHF's Smooch?
Yep, that's exactly it. SHF Smoosh. I put that out. I edited it. I shot and edited it in an afternoon. I felt like I was 25 again. I couldn't believe it.
You gotta say the real title because it's very clever.
Oh yeah, I literally the reason that series exists is because I thought of the name and I was like, I can't waste this.
Yeah.
This has to be used.
Yeah, I couldn't not, basically. But
so
I mean,
say the title or no? Because Fabio butchered it.
butchered what?
Really?
Sorry.
Oh,
I said, so are you
I'm a
going to say the
Pancho fan,
title
so
or what?
figured.
Oh, SHF's Kiss? That?
Yes.
SH Chef's Kiss. Bam, baby. So good.
Very good.
But yeah, that was my week. I filmed a video, and that's it.
Okay.
It
How about you?
It was very funny last week. As all of you know, while Fabio wasn't here, he was at a concert. And he was uploading these stories. I'm watching these stories, and all of a sudden I see Homeboy about to pull out his pants and show his wiener.
Excuse me?
And the whole time,
Fabio?
the whole time I knew, without a shadow of a doubt, I said he's pulling out Beanie. That's his dog's name is Beanie the Weenie. The whole time that he's like, my wiener's famous, I'm gonna pull it out. I was like, oh, he's pulling out Beanie. I knew it the whole fucking time. And then he pulls it out, and Fabio goes, is that a fucking dog? In the middle of the concert, Fabio exclaims, that's a fucking dog! Or something like that. He goes,
I was like, wait a minute. No, that's a dog, though.
Hold on.
That's what he says.
Somebody brought a dog into a concert?
So, okay, for context, I saw Motley Crue on Saturday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Lee goes up, everybody calls him Tommy, but we're friends, so I call him Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Lee goes up there, and he's like, hey, these pictures got deleted off of Instagram, so you guys want to see my wiener? And everyone's like, what? No! Like, the talking wiener from
It ain't so.
Tom and Pammy? Like, whatever that show's called? And like, whoa, the dude is pretty famous for full frontal male nudity, so A lot of people who aren't true fans were worked by it. I knew. I'm just like Rick. I'm like, no, he's gonna pull out his dog. But no, he goes up there and he's like, hey, you guys want to see my wiener? And then there was even a lady, if in those same stories, Rick, you remember there was a lady who was like, "Oh my god!" Like she was so
the lady
worked.
screaming.
And then he pulls out a little Dachshund, also colloquially known as a wiener dog.
So happens to be named Beanie.
Yeah,
the wiener.
and you know, as part of the kayfabe, I was like, wait a minute,
You know,
that's a dog. That's not his wiener.
He was having a moment. He was having a moment where where Michael Cole turns to JR and is like, "What is Ryback doing here?" Yeah, he's having one of those.
Yeah, it was a great show. They played all the hits, man. It was super cool. Only Def Leppard had a new album out this year, so they played a couple of the new singles, but for the most part, it was just like karaoke greatest hits of these bands. It was awesome. But I will say, as big of a fan as I am of these bands, Ghost was an overall better show for sure.
Oh,
where was the concert at?
At SoFi Stadium here in LA, in like Inglewood, the Rams Stadium.
Gotcha.
Yeah, amazing venue, by the way. Like crazy huge stadium. I ended up springing for the VIP seats. It's fucking awesome.
Really?
Got our own little like concession area, merch area. I didn't have to like
that's
mingle
nice.
with the rabble, you know. I had to. It was like $10 more than the regular seats. So I was like, not counting the convenience fees. Those convenience fees on Ticketmaster are outrageous, bro. Convenient.
What was the concession stand prices like up in there?
Nothing too bad. It was like $18 beers.
Oh, just normal shit, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty outrageous for sure. It was a great time though. It was an old friend of mine from high school that I haven't seen in a few years. So it was.
That is literally one beer for the price of 2 6-packs.
What's that, Boog?
I said that's literally one beer for the price of 2 6-packs.
It'd be like that.
Pretty much.
It was funny. It was funny when my cousin was here a few weeks ago. I remember I was telling you guys that my family's here from Mexico. He's like, "Come on, man, let's go to the club." And we were like, "Yeah, you want to have $20 beers?" And he's like, "What?" And he's from Mexico, where a fucking beer's like $1.
Right.
He's like, "Oh well," then he's like, "Then let's just buy a bottle." And then we told him how much these bottles cost, and he's like, "Yeah, man, let's just drink at home."
That's another reason why Ghost was a better show, because it was only $14 for beer at the Pachanga Arena.
Wow,
that's totally reasonable.
That's
it's
practically
almost
a deal.
like a completely different price.
Completely, yeah. Better.
So
better.
how much was a freaking mixed drink? Or you couldn't get that?
We did get one just for the occasion because they had a special mixed drink just for the Motley Crue show called the Motley Mule.
I was just about to say, what was it called? Please tell me.
The Motley Mule.
There she is.
And it was
that consisted of what? Ooh. What was in that?
Whatever's in a mule. It was like gin, like a double shot of gin, and like I think passion fruit juice or something. I don't know. It was fine. Like, they didn't even come in like a proper, like they gave it to you in like a mason jar, and you're like, okay, there's some premium elements to this. No, it's a plastic like mason jar.
Of course.
Conveniently sized to fit inside the cup holders at the seats. It was fun though. It was a good time. We limited ourselves to just, one drink per act, to keep the cost down. But overall, that's why I'm not, if y'all saw my stream on Monday again, like, yeah, I guess I should be mad about these Mesco delays, but, I spent a ton of money at these concerts, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't get hit for another fucking $200 or whatever in pre-orders this month. Maybe more than that even.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you had a great time. We definitely talked and trashed Mesco in your honor.
So.
I heard there were some pretty spot-on impressions of me.
Yeah?
As far as I know, it was 1-to-1.
Yeah, like someone hit me up and said, it was like, hey, man, you were great on the A.C.B.A. podcast this week.
Practically a shot for shot remake.
All right, let's get into topics. My week was okay. I didn't really do anything. I did a lot of.
Wait. I'm just kidding. I am still very sad. Even though I spent all this money on these concert things, I was still so ready to get hit for another $400 in Mesco pre-orders, and therefore I am sad and angry.
Well, you good. So that's just not coming
everybody
out.
out there who didn't get their Batman for the last 2 years, just know that Fabio didn't have to pay $400.
No, because I
sleep
paid
better
I
at night,
paid
no.
100 or paid whatever, like 120 or 150 or whatever, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, so
That's a free Batman I got coming, baby.
so just
Yeah,
know
it's essentially
that
free.
just because you don't have this figure you paid for 2.5 years ago, at least you save Fabio some money.
That's how it works.
Exactly how it works.
I don't know.
Can people not understand that as long as Fabio's okay, they should be okay?
Absolutely.
I don't understand. It's an
It's called
easy
sunk
concept.
cost fallacy, okay?
See, talk to them, man. Talk to these people, man. Tell them.
I was legit so angry, you guys. You guys should just go watch my last stream.
It was
Honestly one of my
angry.
best episodes for sure. So I know we're not plugging till the end, but everyone should go watch that last stream.
No, go ahead and plug away. Why not?
Yeah, we plugged SHF's Kiss already. You think we're not
That's
gonna
it?
plug you
Yeah.
early on too? Come on,
Totally
man.
right. No, if you want to see your boy go off the rails unhinged, you got to check my last stream. It's one for the books for sure.
One for the books, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tight.
That's it. What do we got for news?
Let's finally talk toys. I sent a link for highlights real quick.
Excellent.
So
yeah, like I said, my week wasn't really super eventful. I was pretty much chilling, but I did put up a video every day, so I'm pretty happy about that. Been doing a lot of vlogging and a lot of quick news hits.
What changed your mind, Boog? What was the paradigm shift in your take on vlogging? What happened there?
Well, see, the issue that I was having as far as like other people showing their faces when they're showing their face in a review, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's not even really, if you're talking to the camera, then you're talking to the camera. It is what it is. But if you have to like insert your face into the review, then I don't know about that.
I got you. It's all coming back to me now.
Some people do
watch my reviews, Boog.
Some people do it in a way where it's like you intro the video and your face is in it, and that's all fine and dandy and shit.
Oh, okay. So you do watch my reviews. Thank goodness.
Yeah. So that's all fine and dandy. I understand that. I mean, it's a game. It's the game. It is the game. It's all good.
It's true.
I will steer away from a review if somebody has ugly hands. I don't care about their face. But if they got some weird hands.
I mean, yeah, sometimes that could be wow. Remember that time we talked about that dude with the like, I don't know what, yeah, all types of like swords and like he was like biting his nails and shit. You remember that review we had watched that one time?
Probably.
The
reviews that like stick in my head are like the ones where people have like crazy unkept nails with like shit underneath the nail beds and stuff, like dirt from them scratching their scalps and shit. Like I cannot do that. I have like such a tendency I have legit not reviewed a figure because I got like I can't remember which SHF it was, but like I got an SHF and I checked there was no review out on YouTube for it, and I was primed to be the first one to review it. Would have been huge, big numbers, everything. And then I couldn't find my fucking nail clippers. And you know what? I said, fuck it. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to disrespect myself like that or my viewers.
No doubt. I mean,
I actually did that when Adam Van Wickler sent me the Crimson Dragon before it was released because he won it in one of the Mesco contests. And I had it in hand ready to review, and I think I delayed actually filming the review for like a week or something because I had like a really bad burn on my hand from cooking or something.
That's
like,
right.
oh, I don't want to immortalize this ugly burn.
That's true. I do remember
I've done that too. I've had like some type of injury or cut or something on my hand and just said, nah, I'm not doing it. And there's been times where my nails have been a little longer than I probably wanted them to be, and people have commented about it, and that shit is just like
that's the worst.
Yeah, it's the worst. So
that's the worst.
Yeah.
Why don't you bite your nails like a man?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't mind if you have
soy boy,
long nail.
Soy boy.
The one long nail, baby. That's how you know it's the real
If you
one.
just got the one, and everybody knows what that one long nail is for. That's okay.
I literally seen a dude on the bus like 2 days ago with one super long nail that was nicely manicured and polished.
Be like
Was he
that.
Glenn Danzig from the Misfits? Because I met him at my grocery store, and when he threw up
he
the devil
was-
horns,
The
He
very
was,
same.
Dope dealing pimp or some shit. I don't know what it was.
Pit name Slickback for sure. Let's talk about Matthew Charles's photo. It's been up here forever.
but Poncho, we saw this one when it was on the table.
We
Hey,
sure
man.
did. And guess what?
Hey,
It's returned.
yo, I didn't forget about you, but I got, what's my man's name from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that makes the monsters?
Finster.
Yeah, it was like in the back of the closet, and I know I was supposed to Ben send you that shit. I got it for you.
It's all good. I've specifically not bought him waiting for this exact moment. So thank you.
All right, I got you. Bro. I got you.
Imagine if the tables had been flipped. Told you like, hey, you know that Finster I was gonna send you? I'm not gonna do it, so plan ahead.
Right.
Plan accordingly.
Nah, I was actually trying to make my rounds this week and like send shit out to friends and people that I promised that I would a year ago. So I had to send some shit to Cheddar,
Do be like
and
that.
I sort of figured that I wanted to give to you that you asked for, and I got something for Danny as well too. So
Ooh, damn, man.
ELB.
yep.
Let's go.
So this photo,
This photo is great. This is Matthew Charles. Hey, we saw this on the table just last week, maybe.
no, 2 weeks ago, because I was there.
Okay, that's true. Okay, yeah,
I was there, man.
was there. But yeah, this is crazy, man. Such a good photo.
Super
It's not. It's just a myriad of things, huh? It's like the lighting in the background. It's the highlights of the lighting in the forefront. Like usually when you have like a really nice like golden hour scene in the back, like the mountains. I'm all over the fucking place. I'm very sorry. The mountains are like have this really nice golden shade on them. It's very, very nice. But the rest of the photo is lit so well. And usually that stuff kind of clashes, but it really works here. And you know, that's where Matthew really shines, is just making all these different lighting techniques really come together in harmony. The posing is on point too, just everything about it, you know, just the synergy of the photo is off the charts, baby. It's so good.
Yeah, this is really
Action
good.
packed.
Very
I don't normally see people use this backdrop with a sort of like hot light. You know,
Yeah.
people normally go for the coolness of space, but it works really well here. Like you said, that's what really stood out to me is this particular poster paper is like. Usually, you see most people do it with a cool sort of bluish hue lighting, but he got that red to really pop. It looks really nice.
it's undeniable. It's a banger for sure.
No doubt.
Hell yeah. Killing it. Matthew Charles. What's the next one? Oh.
Whoa. Somebody say Mesco?
Oh my god. Yeah. Muhammad Hussein killed it.
Yeah.
This
Super
is just
nice.
really nice, simple posing, very simple scene. But he's doing the most with his prop work and everything. Everything is meticulously placed. Everything has a meaning. Even the random bird. Boog, I know you hate random animals, but this one just works.
I do. I don't have to say anything. You said by part for me. Thank you.
At least it's not 6 rats crawling out of that box, right?
Right.
I will say, it should be the Gomez Hazard Squad Commander pigeon.
Do tell.
If you're going to keep it,
Yeah, I guess you do have pigeons at a dock. Yeah, for sure.
If you're going to
he
keep
had
this
the,
cohesive, you know, that's key detail.
if he had the pigeon, that would have really set it off nicely. But yeah, this is real
Like-
nice. You know, this was him working through another shot that he did first that
Yeah.
didn't have the right depth. You know, he didn't really sell it with the first one as far as the perspective. But yeah, this came out super nice.
Very nice. Another great example of just keeping your scene up, and just messing around with it. You might end up with something that's completely different than what you started out with, and it slaps harder than the first idea you had. So, hell yeah.
Hey man, it's a stew when you get it going. You gotta let it
That's it,
simmer for a
baby.
little while.
Whoa, there's plenty of meat still on that bone.
Good gravy. Good gravy's got to simmer for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Incredible. I think there's one more or two more. I can't really remember. I'm gonna blast through these. Oh, let's go.
Whoa, is that the 2021 Toy of the Year?
It's the very same. Voted by us? I don't know.
I don't think it is, actually. I think it's a
That
different
must be the actual Mesco. I mean, the actual McFarlane photographer making this thing look really, really good.
I think it's crazy. I literally couldn't believe that this was a McFarlane figure. Yeah, this is great. This is a great use of these Tamashii flame effects. You see these flame effects so often. They've been around for practically forever at this point. But it's really nice whenever you see a photo just really execute a great degree of layering with these flames, and they're all lit extremely well. The only thing is maybe this one at the very forefront maybe could have been lit like just a teeny bit brighter, but aside from that, it's all great. You can see in his seaside that he has a lot of really great layering going on. His focal point is on point.
I would have maybe tried to get some more like how Matthew had this like rim lighting on the background.
True.
Right? Need a little bit of that maybe on the walls here too.
Get it on the walls, baby. Throw it, see what sticks.
But
He
on
killed
here,
it. I mean, this is really nice. I really enjoyed it. Just a very nice, simple portrait shot. He killed it. He made this figure look extremely desirable.
Absolutely. Because you can't see most of the figure.
Absolutely.
He achieved the impossible. What a guy.
Basically.
No, this is really nice. I saw this for the first time a few hours ago, actually. I didn't even know it was going to be part of your pull list. But yeah, this is nice.
Well, the cheat code is just post your shit late and Friday, because that's when I am going through. Hours before the podcast when I go,
Right.
Shit, I didn't pick anything this week.
Or, you know, bump up your picture on a Friday.
That's
You're
true.
good.
Hey, that's the cheat code.
I saw a lot of interesting stuff today, actually. Now that you mention that, I feel like a lot of stuff popped up in the past like 6-8 hours.
Yeah,
That
those bumped for sure. Saw that same GIF. Bump, bump, bump. You know what I miss? I miss the shark emoji bump. That was a true tragedy.
Yeah,
when
why
Facebook
did they
took
take
that
that
away.
away? That shark
You know,
emoji.
we had those shirts that were like super limited or whatever.
Yes.
That's why I hold on to that shirt, because I really do miss that emoji too.
Yeah, and it's funny because some people don't know what I'm talking about, and like, I'm like, you know what? I've been kind of quiet on the page lately. Let me bump up some shit on my admin tip. I'll put shark emoji.
Nothing.
They'll put a question mark like, what?
Dust balls.
They're like, why did you comment on this like 300 like picture and put shark emoji? I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna explain this.
You know what's funny? A few times I've had on that shirt, and people thought it was like a Coke reference.
What? They're like, is that a Jaws and Coke promotional shirt?
I have that sticker on one of my like drum sets here.
Ah, that's dope. That's really dope.
Yeah, because you know, a drum set, you hit it as if you were maybe kind of
That's
bumping it.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very clever, you guys.
Very clever.
See, not a lot of people understand the jokes in Rick and Morty, but it's genius. You have to be a real intellectual to understand
Well,
that.
you see, you have to have a pretty high IQ to understand the jokes.
At 200 base minimum.
Yeah, no.
Minimum.
It's what we call galaxy brain mode.
Jesus.
You guys ever take one of those IQ tests online?
I'm too smart. I didn't even have to.
Yeah, mine was like right around room temperature.
I took one and it said I was among the smartest people in Texas, and then I was taken to a hall and I was sold a book, and I had to do a whole thing at the Arlen, and it was fucking crazy.
I got a pretty good score, and then this dude convinced me to buy a bridge.
I took the test.
How do you
and
actually become a member of Mensa? How does that work?
Mensa? I don't know. They gotta find you after you take the test. I'm assuming.
It just track you down?
Yeah,
I think I got a
mean,
pretty high score because I took one of those Scientology audits, and they were after me. Like, they really wanted me.
Oh,
They
no.
were looking for your ass. They're like, where is this guy?
I was like,
The
okay,
one
I'll
with
buy
the-
Dianetics, but after that, I don't know.
The one with the sticker emoji. Where's he
Yo,
at?
you know what's wild? There's like a big ass Scientology building, right? And like right when you come off of the FDR in Harlem, like a huge Scientology building. I don't know. It's been there for like, I want to say maybe like 6-7 years now or whatever. I don't know how or why it's still there, but I think it is like a legit library too, though. Like, so maybe that's part of the reason, but I don't know.
What kind of
So
books they
weird.
got in there?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been curious to kind of peek in there, but I don't want to get like kidnapped and shit. So
That's very true. Darth Clueless says there's a test for it, 160 or higher for entrance. Oh,
Oh, okay, 160.
Okay,
Got it. Okay.
Guess I'm about to join.
Whoa. I took a Myers-Briggs test. Is that the same thing?
I've took
Yeah,
the
exact same
General
thing.
Patriots test. Is that?
I feel like I took one. Yeah, I feel like me and Mike Witzman took one like together, like an online one, like not too long ago.
That's
You know
cute.
what? I took the presidential test of fitness.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's a good one.
and I failed miserably.
But yeah, we were both genius level intellect.
Absolutely.
What I'm talking about.
It's big brain mode for
Couple
sure.
of Tony
Mhm.
Starks over here, huh?
Oh man,
Big
All right,
brain.
we had 3 pictures to look at, huh?
that's
Yeah,
it.
one
Was there more?
One more.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
let's go.
Ooh,
Simon
that's
This is
Hill
from
in
our
the mix.
French colleague Simon Hill.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's pretty cool.
Whenever Simon does these like light ray shots, that's a cheat code, baby. That's that's high level photography right there. I love it.
Did you see his reel of how he did this one?
No, but I'm sure deodorant was involved.
Let's
Was
see
it
it.
not?
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, but yes, it was.
Listen, Simon, you in good shape, bro, but you got to stop being naked.
I disagree. Get naked more.
In my tier list video, the only reason he's not top tier is because there's a chance I could hug him on Christmas Day and his fucking shit would be rubbing all up against me and stuff. I explicitly said that in the video.
Oh yeah. If I was
that,
to make a tier list, he
Oh,
wouldn't
it's
be
the
at the top
deodorant.
either.
Oh, okay, I see. Atmosphere
Just
spray.
because
causes
of
too
the
much.
because of the simple possibility that you can hug him and it'll smell like a 12-year-old locker room. So just on that alone, he's got to go a little bit lower. Like, man, is this 7th grade again? What's happening?
You gotta love it. I bet his dias smell fucking fantastic.
That might deter you from hugging him, Logger, but it would work for me.
Yeah,
I
hey,
want-
everybody's different, you know.
I
Feel
want
free
this man
feel
to
free to
smell
make your own hug
rich.
tier list. That's linked in my video.
What is the name? They don't call it Axe everything. It's called Blade body spray or something.
They call it
For those,
taser.
for those listening to us on Spotify,
Oh, it's right guard.
Simon is using deodorant instead of aerosol atmosphere.
There it is.
Yeah.
So not only do you get a similar visual effect, but your overall olfactory experience is enhanced.
True. 100%. Simon's
So
been
it's
doing
actually
this for a
right.
long time.
we not on Spotify, by the way. My coworker from Spotify is letting me know that we're not on Spotify.
Yeah, I was like, maybe that bump shirt is maybe he's trying to tell us something, huh? just getting news. We're not on Spotify. Okay.
Breaking news: we are not on Spotify.
She was like mad serious, like I was serious and shit. Like you're not on Spotify.
So what?
Could be.
You need to prove this young lady wrong. Tonight, brother. Tonight, brother. Upload this video on Spotify.
Hey,
Play-
it's very possible.
Play the Panic at the Disco classic. My made it. You know, and just put it in her face. You like this Brendan Urie classic?
We could go through Anchor to Spotify. It's possible. I'm getting word.
You do it.
Very possible.
But yeah, so deodorant.
You killed it. It's
Yeah.
good. I mean, everything about it is good. especially the lighting. Like, it's hard to do like really convincing night shots, but he killed it with the white balance here. Very nice blue, cool tone here. You get just the right amount of lighting on the windowsill, and you get the nice shaft of light coming. It's incredible. I mean, Simon knows a thing or two about shafts for sure. He'll never let you forget it. So.
Shout out to John Brooks, one of my favorite gifts ever. Love that gift.
Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson for the remake too.
Good. Hell yeah! Shout out to Simon. He killed it, dude. As always.
Yeah, shout out to Simon. The hardest working man.
100%.
In sort of photography.
And I think that's that, huh?
That's that.
Let's get into news.
Listen, out there, don't forget to check us out on Instagram. There are hundreds and hundreds of features every week. So, yeah, if you're vying for a spot on Instagram, you can join us on Facebook in our Facebook group, where the majority of our features come from, or you can tag us or use our hashtags on Instagram. We are looking to feature the best of the best always. And we're looking mostly at mostly tangible shots, but, you know, we'll feature your stuff, even if it's not totally tangible, if it's tight. That's that.
It's true.
All right. What we got for news?
Let's talk. Actually, you know what? I do want to talk on the table. There wasn't anything on the table in the grind for tonight as of 2 hours ago, but as of 1 hour ago, there was.
Next week or the following weeks, we might want to do some on the table stuff with the dial structure.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll screen share real quick.
Structural.
Let's see. Let's just do this. You guys can see me, right? You guys can see this?
I can see a crystal clear picture.
Tight. Ricardo Rosario. Great name. This is what he's got on the table today. Look at this go. I need these big buildings, dude. 100%. Oh, that was it.
Whoa! What's going on with this ring?
Yeah,
thing,
what's going
huh?
on with the ring video, huh? Let's just take
that guy?
Let's take a stroll down. Look, what does he got? He's got the bear paint. I had to pick up paint for work today.
So you watching that video of the dad shooting the daughter's boyfriend?
Am I?
Oh,
is that what it is? Oh, it sure
That's
is.
what the ring video is. Yeah.
Sorry, Ricardo.
These buildings back here kind of look 3D printed. I could be wrong. I think these might actually all be 3D printed. If I'm correct, I don't know. I'm afraid to print buildings that big. That's like
that's
like 18 hours or some shit. I don't have time for that.
Well, the good thing about shit like this is that, like, you know, you very rarely have this stuff in focus. So, like, you know, it doesn't really even need to look that great. So,
yeah, it's funny. I seen somebody on PNP like, oh yeah, I printed this out at my local library, and I'm like, bro, so were you sitting in your library for fucking 15 hours?
yes.
Like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about right now? Like,
hold on, libraries have 3D printers for you to use?
Where you been,
yeah, almost all of them. They have 3D printers for you to use, but like,
really?
little file, yeah, absolutely. Little files like a gun or something, sure, no problem. It's like an hour or two, but when these dudes are telling me like, yeah, I printed this at my local library, like, buddy, that's a 20-hour print.
Yeah, your local librarian fucking hates you. That's
everybody was showing up all day last week and was like, hey man, can I use this printer? And they're like, nah, this dude's printing a fucking building.
Yeah, this guy's on the 70th floor of the Empire State right now, so you got quite a ways to go.
This guy's building one of those really posable dragons that everybody does.
Oh my god.
A 37-hour print.
Checking on Transmitter is saying some of these are just kits, apparently. So hell yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great options for buildings too, for sure.
Yeah, look into those kits, Poncho.
I gotta do it. All right, cool. Yeah, Ricardo Rosario, killing it, man. These shots look good. And that's what was on the table tonight. And that's it. Let's go on to news. Top story Legends. Let's go. Bug, take it away. What happened with Legends? Guess nothing, huh?
Yeah, sorry about that.
There was some sort of God Butcher.
Taking something out the oven. So yeah, the big news this past week was a reveal from Screen Rant, which the Hasbro Marvel Legends team has used in the past for a reveal. So this time it didn't come from amateur influencer, I guess. Maybe that's not the right term, but it came from an actual.
It didn't come from the boots on the ground.
Right. It didn't come from the street pumpers.
That's
it came
true.
from.
Wait, I can't even pull up the actual Screen Rant page because it wants me to disable my ad blocker.
Please
Oh,
share your screen.
No quicker way for me to not pull that up.
Let me see if I can get you the proper link. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, it would be the same. It don't matter.
All right, well, I've got the Toy Arc article about it. It's got all the pictures.
Okay. All right, perfect.
But yes, Screen Rant did get the first reveal on this.
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't disable my ad blocker, so.
They had a nice little write-up, too, actually. I read it off on one of my little updates or whatever, telling you about the fact that the character was, introduced to the MCU, but a lot of people were anticipating the comic-based version, and that, a lot of people were interested in the comic-based version because of the MCU character. We saw a lot of people early on that were hoping that MCU gore would look like this anyway, but that would have been a lot of extra CGI and shit. So it is what it is, and they used a top actor to play Gore. But this is how the comic-based version of Gore looks, almost identical. They did a pretty damn good job here with the likeness. At least these head sculpts look very good, very Majin Buu-esque, by the way. But yeah, I think this looks very good. The only thing that would have taken it over the top is if it was actually pinless joints.
Let's talk the controversy, Bug.
Yeah, there was a little mix up because there was some box art that came out when it went up for pre-order, in which it looks like there are pinless joints. In fact, that's exactly how that pinless joints look, at least on the elbow there. But it was confirmed that this was a mistake. Dan on Twitter told us that the artwork on the packaging is inaccurate. It's an inaccurate digital render that was used to represent product. Apologies for any confusion. Figure looks like the photography we showed initially. Yes, it does have pins. Thanks for your understanding on these boxed images. And our friend of the show, Matthew Cohen, a.k.a. at Shooting the Galaxy, is the person who did these promo shots for Gore. So if you notice that they look a little more crisp and a little more, accurately posed or better posed, it's because they are using Matthew Cohen to take a lot of these shots, and he worked really hard. I saw that he posted it. I saw these images, and I was like, somebody else is doing these images.
Not doing this.
Right. And then I saw like the next day that he had posted that he had shot this figure or whatever. It was his first legend that he got to work on, basically. So yeah, somebody straight from the community who has a pretty extensive resume. He actually was able to shoot at Gulliver's Gate a few years ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had did a little segment in Main Course about Gulliver's Gate. It was like a little miniature world where it showed like major cities around the world. And Matthew Cohen got to bring in some figures and shoot within their dioramas that they already had. And that was a little interesting campaign. And, he's been grinding. And Hasbro picked him up maybe, 5 or 6 months ago or something like that, as one of their photographers. So a true rags to riches story for for Matthew Cohen.
You love to see it.
Got it out the dirt.
Started from the bottom. But yeah, Gore here, comic-based Gore. If you want to learn a little bit about Gore, you can read God of Thunder, Volume 1, start there. and you can see where Gore, the God Butcher, originated from, and get yourself ready for this figure. I think the figure looks pretty damn good, but I would have liked to see more heads and hands, and I think that is what most people in the community are wanting and needing, especially at this increased price. I would have been fine with just pinless joints, honestly, for the price that they're asking for this. $30, pinless joints, 2 good head sculpts, 1 interchangeable hand. I would have ate that. But at $30 with an older body, you're not using a newer body, and you're not using the pinless tech, and there's not 1 extra additional set of hands, you're shortchanging the people, and you gotta do better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, at least some
not only
fists
that,
or
the
something.
hands are wrong too. We talked about the legs, and okay, that can vary depending on the artist, but the hands, you should
pull
have
it up.
2 sets of thumbs.
You should have what?
2 sets of thumbs.
Is that how his hands are? Pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always given the 4 thumbs up. Like,
Where's Jamie?
Because there's like the original like key art or whatever of like the original creator that puts like the notes pointing to the different things, and he's supposed to have like the thumb here and then another one here.
Interesting. I gotta pull that up. Hold on.
You've got to have the 6-finger salute.
Yeah, it's like it's like one of the original sketches or whatever. And then, yeah, I mean, I get why it would also be $30. On top of everything, yes, it's missing, what I think a lot of people want from something like this for that price. But because it's supposed to be an Amazon exclusive, so they're probably making this in fewer quantities. So I guess I could understand the higher price point on that front. It's not like part of a wave that has like an extensive production run or whatever.
I can see that too. $30 still stings though.
No, for sure.
$30 for 1 head, so 1 head and
1 head.
1 hand. It's rough. I get that it's a whole new sculpt and a whole new thing, but like
it isn't a whole new sculpt. It's the new parts here would be the feet, the hands, the head, the scarf, the body they already had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the body is not new for sure. I think it's the Grim Reaper buck, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Woof. Okay.
It is, yeah.
The head sculpts, which are very nice, are new, like you said. The feet, the hands, and the extra hand. For $30, though, there should have been some jazz hands. There should have been a couple fists.
Something.
Or even a neutral, or even an angry face with the hood on too. Look, go the distance. $30. There's no Build-A-Figure piece in there. There's no big ass Build-A-Figure piece.
Mm-hmm.
Give us the extra heads and hands. Come on.
As far as the art, being inaccurate,
that's kind of crazy too.
It shouldn't matter, but because these are going to be, windowless packaging now, that image is what people see more than anything. You don't see the figure first and then see that it has pins, and then you notice on the back that the image has it without pins. The only image that you get of the figure when you actually see it, I mean, you won't see it on shelves technically, but your first representation of this figure that you make a visual connection with when you get the package in hand is inaccurate. And that's a problem in and of itself.
It was funny yesterday. It's funny. I almost said something, but I was like, I'll save it for the podcast. Yesterday, Boog shared a link with us of the figures from Superhero, and he said, "Yo, man, are these really the prices?" And
wow. I was just about to mention that. Yeah, go ahead.
And let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. Literally an hour before Boog said that, I went to a local figure store here with my little brother. He's like really into SHF right now. He probably has more SHF DBZ than I do. That's how much he fucking buys this shit. And he's like fucking 10.
Does he have more than Poncho?
It's 10 years old. Oh no, he could only dream of that. He can only fucking dream of it. So we go to this figure store, and I see Vegeta from Superhero up there. That came out pretty recently. And I asked the guy, I was like, "Hey man, this doesn't have a price on it. What are we talking here on this Superhero Vegeta?" And he uttered the words that just makes it so I'm never buying any of these figures at this price. It says, "Oh, that Vegeta, it's $30."
Unreal.
Come on, man. I can't buy these figures at $30. I can't do it. Like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense anymore. You know, it doesn't make any sense. When I can go to a store and pick up an SHF at $30 readily, like, how can I justify spending it on Homeboy here with no hands and incorrect everything?
Yeah, it's not even a matter of like import versus domestic anymore. It's now just like the bang for your buck, right? Like, you know, some people just prefer domestic figures, you know, over imports just because of the artistic style and whatnot. But like when an import is coming with 4 sets of hands and 2 extra faceplates for $5 more, it's an enticing it's an enticing argument for sure. It's crazy.
And also, we talking about better paint, better plastic, better, you know, everything in terms of that too. Like,
but we also got to think of like the people who don't care about any of that.
As far don't care about what?
Who aren't as up into this business as we are and care about all the bells and whistles that a figure could come with.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like on a character level. Like, yeah, I like gore. I like this comic run. This is fine.
True, but if
I thought you were going to talk about in terms of like kids or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like a parent seeing this for $30 and trying to like justify.
To play devil's advocate to your statement, like say you are that kind of person. If I come across this, I'm like $30. I'm buying food. Like, I don't know. Like I'm buying a meal.
I think at this point where we're at, it's like there's no real like casual figure collectors, right?
I don't know, because like sometimes I'll be at my Target in the NECA section. Shout out to the ambassador. Like I'll just see like just random casual people, just like a couple stroll through, and then they'll just be taught. Like I've on a number of occasions I've seen like a couple of couples just go through and they're like, oh, we should get this or we should get that. Oh, I don't know, it's kind of expensive, blah blah blah, but oh, I love this guy. And then
yeah, that's true.
I feel
that
like
happens. That happens so much in the NECA section.
Those NECA Ultimates are like $32 now for $2 more than this gore. You're getting like an ultimate, you know, like what should be an end all be all version of that character, whatever it is.
It's not end all be all. They're perishable goods, my friend.
I forgot about that.
I mean, just to kind of reiterate what Rick was saying, or you know, bolster his claims here again. Those Dragon Ball figures. I thought for a split second I thought I was looking at the what's the other knockoff? Not knockoff, but the lower quality.
Dragon
Stars.
Yeah.
They are.
That's why I had to ask. I thought those were the Dragon Star ones, and I was like, "Oh, these is only $34." So again, Bandai, SHF, Tamashii Nations, Dragon Ball figures from this new movie that just came out, with arguably some of the best faceplates that we've ever seen, according to Pancho, and they're $34 on Big Bad Toy Store right now, and this is $30. So,
but to be fair, this is also kind of excluded from that scenario because you won't see this guy on shelves at Target next to the $35 Goku or the $32 NECA Ultimates because this is Amazon exclusive.
True,
but still, you will see other Legends figures that are $30.
That Iron Spider-Man is $31.99 at my store. That new black suit, Future Foundation, that's $31.99.
No, Old Man Legends been calling me Pocho this whole time. Yes.
What? Who's calling you Pocho?
Old Man Legends. He meant to say Poncho. Poncho's. Yeah, that's how it actually is. Boog's just giving me shit. To be fair, I will say, you know, I don't want it to seem like this is a biased crew. I mean, among all of us, none of us here are biased, of course. Not Fabio, not me, not Boog. There's no way we could be biased. But
especially not me.
Exactly. To be fair, those new Dragon Ball figures are priced so low because they are the anchor figures of like this new regime, this new like wave of Dragon Ball figures. Like they can afford, the line is so unbelievably successful now that they can afford to throw a Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo out there for next to nothing, knowing that it's just going to entice people to like jump in for 10 more figures deep. So it's not like every SHF out there is like $35 or whatever. At bare minimum, these guys are like $60 when they come out. But
you know what? They offer it now on so many things. It's crazy. Like even that Frieza is $34.
yeah,
Fourth
yeah.
form.
I got that Frieza on a GameStop sale for $22. You fucking believe it?
I'm saying, like, you know, it's there is a lot of times where they throw us a bone and they're like, you know what, $34.99, and you're like, oh shit, they did it again.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, there's your gore. I think this is why I'm, kind of excluded from this too, is because I'm not like that big of a comics head where I'm like, oh no, this is the comic accurate version. I gotta have it, I'm cool with, passing on something like this because I don't really have that attachment to it.
Well, honestly, they got to do a couple things. They got to stop making these very minor mistakes as far as the comic accuracy. Because again, these are hand sculpts that I actually don't think the hands are new. I think these actually might be a sculpt that they already have in their arsenal. But
That'll explain a lot.
and they didn't get the other smaller digit there. It's supposed to be 4 digits, but wait, maybe I'm lying. Maybe it is still actually 5. Hold on a second.
Stand by.
On for confirmation.
Old Man Legends brings up a good point. At what point is it false advertising? That's the first thing I thought of, to be quite honest, when I saw the pinless thing go down online. Like, I know because I work at a print shop that this is a situation where somebody just gave them the wrong art or some. This box was printed so long ago. Like, it was printed forever ago, to the point where by the time they already got it produced, they had probably gone to the decision to make it have pins or something, or there's just like like something was just left unchecked in the render or something. They just forgot to check the box to show pins or some shit like that.
Even if this box art was done a long time ago, this particular comic run came out in like 2013. So we talking like almost 10 years right now. So there's really no excuse for making these kind of like little errors.
Well, I'm talking specifically about the pins, not like the the thumbs.
And then the
whatever.
hands too. Yeah, they might be reused as well. So that only hurts it even more. But this is what I was talking about as far as the actual hands supposed to be like a more alien extra thumb kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the actual art from the comic, you can see he's supposed to have the kind of like minotaur type legs where there's that extra joint in
that I'm not rolling with you on that one. The legs in most instances are pretty much how they are on the figure. Now the hands are definitely off.
I know. I feel like I'm finding more art of him with the legs like this.
It's a minor thing. I'll send you the actual comic book.
But for $30, you would think that they would, do this.
I mean, that looks bare bones, this particular art. So
yeah, this is like a digital render too. It's a terrible quality image, but same kind of thing. Like most of the time I find him with legs.
Yeah, that's wrong though. That's not from any comic or anything like that.
That's courtesy of Google.
that is like somebody's brother dressed up in a really good cosplay. So
I think that's a digital render.
This looks like found footage of Chupacabra, to be quite honest.
If you really look, Fabio, all of those pictures of him having those legs like that, it looks like they like to do it for the covers. When you find actual pages in book, he's not like that. I'm seeing exactly what you're saying, and they're all covers. And when you see pictures of him actually in the book, he doesn't have the legs like that. He does have an extra toe. I'm seeing a lot of pictures of him having an extra toe as well. Whether the foot is different or not with specific artists, it seems like he's supposed to have like a toe sticking out the side of his foot, like his hands.
Yeah, this is just normal. This is a normal Tuesday for Hasbro. Just reusing what they have in their arsenal, right? I mean, it is what it is. That's how the game is played. And then further down the line, we might get a more accurate thing, but to strike while the iron's hot, they might as well just piecemeal this guy together. Why not?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take this over the movie-based figure for sure. Oh, but the other thing I was going to say
Actually,
is
Larry, yeah, me too.
that the other thing I was going to say is that they need the proper comic-based Thor to go against this guy too, and we don't have that figure yet. So I think that may be coming at some point. I think we're going to get a whole like Thor wave at some point.
Hope so.
I think we're going to get the Warriors 3. I think they're going to use that body for Volstagg to give us a new Blob as well. So,
Listen, we're splitting hairs. I truly do not care because I'm not buying this in the film.
No.
But just on a cursory look, like, okay, maybe you're saying they're doing it on the covers. Here's an actual, like, comic page right here. And already I'm seeing the legs and I'm seeing the crazy hands with the 2 thumbs that he's supposed to have.
Definitely supposed to have those hands. That's for damn sure.
But look at these legs. These are like the beast type legs,
No, I'm rolling with you on the thumbs, but the legs is.
That's what they're counting on, Boog. They're counting on your complacency.
You're playing right in their trap.
I'm saying.
I would highly recommend that you folks in the chat and listen. And if you haven't read this run, then read it. It is.
I
very,
think you
very
gotta read this run, Boog, because you seem to be misremembering how these
Damn.
supposed to be.
Fuck, he's on your head, man. He's on your fucking head.
You roasted me now. All right.
Look at I put it in Facebook. There's a lot of panels where he has regular style legs.
I think it's one of those things where he has like
I just put it in the chat.
Yeah, I see that.
You got a long foot. There's no denying it.
Definitely,
These are size 17.
definitely got a long foot. Definitely got a long foot, baby. I'll tell you that. He's got long foot. A case of the long foot. That's
Shaq's donating him shoes.
But
Yeah,
look,
news
that
report
right
where
here,
Shaq was helping that kid get size 17s or something. He's just fucking with the reporter the entire time.
Too, though.
Yeah, he's got the little extra pinky right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got long feet and the extra finger. That much is indisputable.
Like I said, I think that these hand sculpts are not new. So again, they were saving a buck there.
That's what makes the price so much more egregious.
It makes it sting a little bit more for sure.
It's egregious.
You know what? If they would have, if this whole fit would have been soft goods, and that would have been worth the $30.
Oh my god! Could you imagine draped in fine leather?
They might have got me on that, honestly.
Asgardian leather.
That's
different.
That's
higher. Black velvet on black velvet.
I want a figure next time, Hasbro, that just screams "Butcher likes leather."
Stupid.
But yeah, this went up for a pre-order on Amazon. I saw somebody in my comment section on YouTube saying that it was going to be on Amazon initially, and then it would trickle out to other
outlets,
online retailers, or I don't know how true that is, but that would be good because a lot of people complain about the exclusives, Amazon exclusives, and what have you. I did pre-order this through David Wilson, so thank you, David.
Hell yeah. I mean, if you want to complain about the Amazon exclusivity, just wait for Prime Day or Black Friday, and the shows will be $15 before you know it.
I mean,
exactly.
It's no question that I've seen more complaints about Legends in the past, 6 months to a year than any time past. I think they were at a pretty high point, up until in the last year. I don't know. I feel like people are just becoming a little bit more. I don't know. They're kind of scrutinizing it a little bit more.
It's the price tag. There's no question about it. It's the price tag.
Pricing for sure. It doesn't help.
It could be our culture. It could be the YouTube reviewer culture of just being critical of shit, and then everybody's just super critical and not even taking a moment to enjoy the things that actually are really good about some of this stuff.
And options are out there now. Gone are the days where somebody's gonna DM you and go, "Hey man, where can I get this SH figure art?"
I can't enjoy anything that I have currently because I'm constantly worried about the things I don't have.
You love to see it.
You know?
You imagine wanting the things you don't have?
Uh-huh.
Imagine that?
Well, there's Marvel Legends, huh? That was it, right?
There was Marvel Legends.
Today.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. We have Hasbro PulseCon coming up at the end of this month, the 30th of September and the 1st of October. We could also probably expect another new reveal on the 20th of this month, as they have promised that we will get a new reveal on the 20th of every month this year. So that's what we're looking forward to next.
And the one this month was that Ghost Rider we talked about.
Correct.
There it is.
Which is honestly another, and I'm sad that I wasn't on the episode where you guys talked about it, because I also forgot to talk about it when I was doing my stream the week before this, or I guess last week, where I was just talking about how this nostalgia bait is just honestly going way too far.
Did talk about it.
They can get away with selling you basically just a repaint Ghost Rider in what should be the Danny Ketch, style, but it is actually the Johnny Blaze in the Danny Ketch colors. And they can get away with these shortcuts because it's on that nostalgic packaging,
Yeah, we actually had a big discussion about it last week, and I brought you up, and I mentioned that when these releases first started, when these vintage packagings first started, it was a lot of like, hey, this figure released a long time ago and you missed it, like Rogue and like Storm and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cheaper. I remember that it was cheaper on those packaging, and they fucking flipped the script now. Now it's more expensive because it's on the retro packaging.
Right.
It's like you said, it feels very, and to quote Fabio here, is very predatory.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what are you gonna do? Not get it? Didn't you grow up with this stuff, you idiot?
Didn't you just buy them at a normal price a year ago? You have to keep buying it now.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. It works. At the end of the day, it works.
Yeah, can't fault them. It works.
No. All right, what do we got next?
Ooh, let's talk SHF, baby.
Oh, are we getting a little smooch?
It is packed, brother.
It's crazy. I guess head over to Instamashi and then let the good times roll, baby. Let's go.
Rolling
Ooh, these moshis, they're so instant.
They truly are.
Where are we starting?
Nah, we don't go
that's
that
too far.
Bardock Obama?
We've talked about Bardock, I believe.
Bardock Obama.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
It's Turtle.
Oh, you're going too far down, my friend.
Oh.
Too much
This
sauce,
guy
brother.
was new. I know that.
Yeah, that's the point.
we talked about him last week because I
did?
said, wow,
yeah,
great
yeah.
Mandalorian figure, and I was wearing a fucking Star Wars shirt.
And he did. He called him the Mandalorian.
I sure did.
Did. He was right. The Star Wars
ago. How did you talk about this already?
Yo, so
there
great.
was pictures off of Instamashi before.
There you go.
Did not have the full gallery that we have now, but we did see the picture of him.
Oh, okay. Well, we did get Andrew, and then, do you want to start with Frieza? Because, Poncho, I think you might be excited about this.
I am excited, Fabio. Can't really. So excited.
Real quick, I think we might be wrong about that Boba. I think that might be a new Boba Fett.
I'm pretty sure it is, 'cause we've already had the Mandalorian version. This is the Book of Boba Fett version.
Yeah, because I actually saw a post from Wayne Collectors comparing this newer one to the original one. This one is quite a bit larger. If you want to check out his Instagram,
what is it?
Wayne.
Wayne_Collectors.
Wayne.
Everybody,
quickly before the moon wanes.
Before the moon wanes. yes, Mitchell. Before the moon wanes. Oh, Caninus Spiritus, huh?
I sense and wasting in perfectly good Caninus Spiritus. Oh shit, he do be big.
Damn, what the fuck is going on?
They're on a different plane. They're not like standing side by side.
Oh no, they're clearly a different size.
Oh yeah, man.
They got different boots on. They got different kicks. They got it all. He got different shit on his wrist. He's iced out in a different way. I don't fucking know.
Just take your child to work, Dave. Huh? Oh.
Oh man.
This is nuts. I feel very sorry for anybody that bought that old with that from Mando, because that's a fucking slap in the face. This guy's
That's
two
what
times
Star
the
Wars is
size.
all about, baby.
Times the
Selling you
size.
more
Oh yeah.
figures.
If there's one thing Star Wars is about, it's about selling you more fucking figures. That's exactly it.
It's about pushing product.
Pushing
All right, let's talk about
pushing
Frieza.
Pete.
So this right here, Poncho, in case you didn't know, this
Yeah.
is Frieza
Actually,
in his second.
Tell me a little bit
form.
about it.
Yeah, so Frieza, he comes in a few original forms. They recently did re-release the first form Frieza in a chair that's in more accurate colors to the original creator's artwork. And we've definitely had several versions of Frieza in his final form, both in his, Dragon Ball Z appearance and then the Golden Frieza from Dragon Ball Super. But this is our first time ever getting the second form of Frieza. And it even includes the scene, or the tale that is representative of the scene when Krillin threw the Destructo disc and cut off Frieza's tail.
Do tell.
Well, you see, Krillin threw a Destructo disc and cut Frieza's tail in his second form right here. So you do get an interchangeable piece that does represent that.
Absolutely.
You did real good, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
You guys got to get on my level.
Absolutely.
I don't disagree.
I'll try and do my due diligence.
Yeah, fill in some gaps, because I was giving them the broad strokes because I didn't want to flex too hard. But if you want to, go ahead and fill in, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a second form. I just learned second form Frieza. This looks great. Like I said at the top of the show, I did a whole video on it. Check that out. It's on my YouTube right now. I'm basically just going to mirror what I said in that video. This is an absolutely phenomenal piece of, I don't know, art in front of us. This is crazy. Like, I always knew, like Rick and I have always said on the podcast, like there's no question that they're going to do this, but like, I didn't think it would actually come. And yet here we are.
Yeah, definitely out of nowhere. I thought if they were gonna do this, do a little teasing, a little build up. They'd show you like a fucking outline of it at some con, and then you'd be like, oh, but they just fucking dropped this thing out of nowhere like a belly flop in a fucking pool.
They did it.
Done did it.
I'm hoping this guy will be the same size as Cooler. Probably will be. I can't expect him to be any taller. But they just might pull something out of the bag and make him a little taller. It looks like they're using almost the exact same articulation scheme as they did with Cooler, down to like his little shoulder plates, which is like, I feel like with SHF, they keep on changing how they do shoulder pad articulation, even in between releases. But I think they really hit a stride with the way Cooler's worked, and then now with this Frieza as well.
I saw somebody comment that this was the tallest sort of regular kind of humanoid-esque figure that they've put out. So it might be actually taller than Cooler.
Oh yeah, if it's taller than Cooler, then game on, baby. I can't wait. He's supposed to be enormous. Like he's supposed to be like just towering over everybody. So if they make this guy as tall as possible, then that'd be really great. I mean, I don't really have a lot of faith because SHF's scale is crazy no matter what. Even like the first form Cell that just came out, he's tall, but he's nowhere near as tall as he should be. But in terms of like the scale, like the strange scale of the line so far, he's tall enough. It's okay. But yeah, it's really good. It's so on model. It looks exactly like it looked on like the television screen or the page or whatever have you. I wonder if they got the same notes that they got from Akira Toriyama when they made Frieza. Probably not. I feel like they would have mentioned that somewhere because it was such big news when they collaborated with Toriyama for the first form Frieza figure. And I think it's because of that collaboration with him that it is arguably the best figure in the entire line. First form Frieza is the best figure in the entire line. And
Sure.
I think that rather than them collaborating again, they just took that knowledge and applied it to this, because this looks, it literally, like, there's no question about it. It is literally Frieza. There's some wiggle room with like Goku and Vegeta, like all these humanoid characters, like just regular looking people. Like the faceplates are a little strange, except for like the superhero ones where that's like, those are extremely on model as well. But like some of the older ones, especially the 1.0s, they barely look like these characters. Like, but this is just on a completely different level. It's unreal.
100%. This is just a callback to what we were just talking about. This is what Legends has to, nail. Basically, this is what they have to get right: is the comic accuracy or the source material accuracy, and not making these little like minor mistakes, or maybe they're not even mistakes. Maybe they're just trying to save a buck, and they just doing what they got to do to save a buck. But they got to stop doing that because SHF is really killing at almost the same price point, and that's wild.
They're on their fucking heads right now. We gotta get a King Cold next.
Yeah, King Cold is in the bag for sure.
Well,
I can't believe I didn't.
That'd be great because we've already had Frieza's non-canon brother Cooler, so it would be great if we got King Cold, his father.
True, very true. I think King Cold would be extremely easy to make, especially at this point. You just swap out the torso for a battle armor thing, and then, I mean, I'm sure a customizer, if you have like an extra like birder to spare, it can make it happen like that.
Yeah,
but
question.
I mean, he's got one of those.
Well, Poncho, you had my curiosity. Now you have my.
I think it's more than safe to say that King Cold will happen.
Oh yeah,
within the very near future, I'd say.
I made a prediction on my video. Like, I think it's we're gonna get third form. Who knows when we're gonna get third form? But like, I think we're gonna get third form first, and then they're gonna release Mecha Frieza around the same time they release a Trunks 2.0, and then at the once they've exhausted all of their their like flex moments, they're gonna unveil like 100% power Frieza with like a new 2.0 or even 3.0 Super Saiyan like Goku, like battle damage Goku. Like, it just really seems like that works with the way they've been releasing figures lately. I don't know, dude. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of signs point to, like you said, like coupling a new Trunks with a Mecha Frieza, and the way that Dragon Ball as a whole focuses so much on Frieza now, I think it'd be really hard to say that we don't get every single form of this guy.
Oh yeah, I think if there's one form that's off the table, it's like that weird armorless form that he has at the very beginning of the Broly movie, where he looks like he doesn't even have like his torso padding on. That is where it's kind of far out there. I don't think we'll probably get that, but I mean, who knows, to be quite honest. It's like this line seems to have legs for years and centuries, dude. Like at a certain point, we'll just be running out of people to make. So
yeah, this is nuts. They're having all these fucking crazy ass characters being made in the fucking manga right now.
That is true.
Yeah. They got new villains for days.
Absolutely.
Who do you guys want to see from some of the not so recent stuff that we haven't seen yet?
From this line? I want a Janemba. Like, once they do Janemba, like, then my wish list is like completed. Like, that's like my main number one wish list character for this line is a Janemba. I want a Janemba so bad I bought that fucking crazy ass Dragon Stars one.
and I think, and I'm sure you'd agree, I think that's going to happen like really soon, like within the next 2 years.
Yeah, there's no question. Like, one of the Dragon Ball SHF Facebook groups, their banner is like the character select screen from Fighter Z, but the portraits are just figure portraits, and they just show like who's had a figure made yet or who hasn't, and there's like 5 slots left for who doesn't have a figure yet. So
I don't know, Poncho. I can't enjoy my current Dragon Ball Z
Oh my
SH figure arts collection as it is until I get Mr. Popo. I might as well just throw them all out.
No, I want to. I want to hug you right now because that's my number one want. Because I know that they wouldn't make it. That's my number one want is a Mr. Popo. Oh my god! You know, I need a Mr. Popo 7 years ago.
The most racist, ridiculous character they ever did, huh?
Yes, and if I don't get it, I might as well just throw out the rest of my SHF Dragon Ball Z collection.
Nobody talks about Mr. Popo like that.
I can't enjoy what I have because I'm so worried about what I don't have.
You know what? One of the greatest comedy bits I've ever heard in my entire life was this guy who's doing this routine where he's talking about somebody being a pedophile, and he's like, well, technically not a pedophile because it's a teenager, and that's not called a pedophile, it's called a hebephile. But that's why we say pedophile, because if you say hebephile and you try and explain it, you look like a fucking pedophile. And the reason I bring that up is because the whole Popo thing like is back in like the, I don't know, in like the conversation again on Twitter as of this week. And like it's very easy to look at Popo and just say that this is racist as shit. And you know, respectfully, that it is what it is. Like that's what he looks like. But Popo is like based off of an Arabic like jinn, like a djinn, basically. That's like what they look like. It's these really weird looking dudes. His original character, his like art is based off of Akira Toriyama's art of a jinn that he made for Dragon Quest before Dragon Ball. But the more you fucking explain it, I just look like a fucking racist because of course he looks like a fucking racist caricature.
it was funny when Boog was saying that. I was about to say, if anything, Poncho should be upset. He kind of he's Arab. He's looking Arabic like a Poncho might have a few bones to pick with Akira Toriyama.
There was that one dude some years back that put up a whole video about the like, you know, kind of racist undertones and like little funny shit with Dragon Ball. It was a black dude actually.
Oh, there's no question. Yeah, there's a lot of funny shit happening with Dragon Ball. You can go either way. I mean, you can be like an extreme apologist and just be all like, "Yo, listen up." Like, if you want to go the apologist route, then like Akira Toriyama was inspired by American cartoons that they were exposed to in Japan. Extremely fucking racist ass American cartoons that this little Japanese island just got like drip fed over the years when he was a kid. So like, you know, but again, that just sounds fucking crazy that I have to explain this. So it's like not even worth it anymore.
Yeah, Poncho, crazy racist.
Oh my God. Yeah, of course. That's why I'm like, every time those conversations like happen, like in threads and shit like that, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit this out because any wall of text that I throw out there is no one's gonna fucking listen.
Let Facebook ads have this one.
Mr. Popo aside, we really do need the kids. We really need Trunks and Goten.
Disclaimer.
We really need those guys done. And ideally like a long shot release, PyCon. What I want.
I don't think PyCon's too long shot.
They haven't gotten Trunks and Goten yet. That's crazy.
I think Trunks and Goten is a lock, but I think they're waiting until they perfect that like extremely short child body. Like that's
and they're close. They're close.
They're very close. Yeah. That Chaozu is a banger. That Chaozu is such a good little figure. It's crazy.
If he just
VLR is asking if there's any in-scale Elder Guru or cheap statue. I mean, it's not cheap, unfortunately. Jack Stu does a Elder Guru, but all of Jack Stu's stuff is crazy expensive.
Oh my God.
So is that it for us? No, we had the Andy
We
Garfield.
got Andrew, baby. We got Andy G.
Andy Garf.
Andy Garf. Yeah. Walk by and be like, Andy
Garf, what's up? Yeah, this one
Eduardo
was
from
this one was
Facebook.
seemingly out of nowhere, but you know, last month when they revealed Toby, they were all like, "Stay tuned for next month when we unveil Andrew," and we're like, "Okay," and then everybody forgot about it, and here we are.
It was actually almost a month to the day,
Oh
actually.
yeah,
So I would expect the final member of the trio to be somewhere
month.
around the 29th to 30th of this month.
For sure. What do you think? What do you guys think of this? What's going on?
I mean, he's got like a victory curl. What is going on up here?
I don't mind the hair as much. It's the mouth that kind of bugs me about this face sculpt.
Yeah, you know what this moment is? This is the screen grab from the moment he finds out that Toby can shoot webs out of his fucking wrist. He's like, "Whoa!" They pause the screen, and that's the face that they use. It's funny because it's just like you. Just the mouth looks a little off. You know what, man? Yours can't be fucking choosers, and I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, regardless of how I feel about this, I'm buying it. I think I proved it already. Yes or no? I don't know. No.
Oh.
Wait, maybe I did. I don't fucking know. Whatever it is,
Wait.
it's in the bag for sure.
The texturing looks great. The shine, you know, the paintwork, all of it looks really good.
The proportions are just a little strange. You know, like right here, this looks great right here. But then you get even this, it's the ab crunch for me, to be quite honest. It's basically non-existent.
Maybe, yeah, maybe just because that belt is like really wide too.
I mean, it's not even like the crunch here at the belt. It's like the upper torso crunch that it doesn't really do it. Like up here, the proportions here are fine for me. It's just the cut on his thigh makes his hips look lower than they are. So that's why the proportions look a little strange for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think this is where the Legends versions will have the upper hand as far as getting a better kind of on-screen model to the actual actors. SHF has a very like kind of streamlined look for their humanoid characters and shit, where they don't really kind of venture outside of that. They don't seem to like really go for the character's body type. It's just the import style of articulation. It's not even really about matching up the actual sculpt to the actor's body type. So I don't know. I think Legends might have to one up as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, they SHF definitely compromises proportion accuracy for the sake of their articulation scheme being implemented the way that they want.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of figures do that in the hips for SHF. They just rather their style be what's at the forefront of their design than accuracy.
So you know, it's even though we kind of like, you know, halfway be talking shit about Hasbro and stuff like that, but like that is where some of the, you know, American companies can actually be a little better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, this is Hasbro's chance to come back and try to one up this sculpt, because I do think the face is off. And it sucks because you could see where they're going with it, and it's so close, but it is off. I mean, that mouth, like it looks like Grandpa's mouth, you know?
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing a lot of comments saying that he looks old. Like, you know, obviously Garfield and Tobey Maguire are both older than Tom Holland, but like they not fucking elderly.
Yeah, this guy, he looks old. He looks very dry. You're talking Ashy Larry. This guy looks like he's never heard of lotion.
Oh no.
You know, but you know, hey, I'm gonna buy it anyways. I'm gonna buy it either way.
Yeah, but the other upside to the import versions of these is that you get in these unmasked heads, whether they gonna come out looking top notch or not. You're getting that right now, and the probably one and only release that you're gonna get as far as SHF goes. Whereas the Legends version are giving you all three in one set, but no unmasked heads in the first release. You know, somewhere down the line that'll be the case though, and you'll have to buy all three of those figures again.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? Like, I'm sure. I'm not even kind of doubting it. I'm sure that Mayfex is gonna do theirs, and those heads will be interesting to see how they look, how they turn.
Yeah,
out.
I mean, because Mayfex could be hit or miss with character likeness. You know what I mean? Like as far as like actual real actors. You know, in terms of their comic based looks for unmasked heads, they do pretty well.
Yeah, it's up in the air with them. Sometimes they're fucking dead on, and sometimes they're really off.
Yeah.
So any closing thoughts, Pancho? Since you're the one that opened it up for us.
Oh, I don't know. There he is. I mean, I'll buy this for sure. Like, I'll support Amazing Spider-Man any chance I get for sure. The Mofex will be infinitely better than this, so let's wait for that too, I guess.
That wrist peg right there looks wild.
This is crazy.
Yeah, but it's
comments I was just gonna mention about that. These are like McFarlane wrist pegs right here.
Yeah,
especially
so
compared
funny.
to some of the other photos where you see the foot pegs, and like they're pretty solid. Like they have the texturing kind of continued throughout, but it really makes the wrists stand out.
But it's funny because when you look at pictures, the wrists aren't like that in some pictures, and even in that same picture that you showed, the wrist is completely different on the other hand than it is on like the other one.
But
even here, look,
you can definitely tell.
And then the other one doesn't look that bad. It's so strange.
The lower torso and that other pic, that's where it looks craziest.
The one where he's like kind of like going like, whoa. This looks insane. Yes. This is, if you show me this photo first, I wouldn't even bother buying it.
He's got the diaper going on here.
Yeah, that's like a 24-hour shitty diaper walking around.
Body crazy, curvy. You know? This is the body people should be talking about.
Hey, we'll get to that in the
up in arms about.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one people should be mad about.
All right, so yeah, we two or three from SHF. Like I said, expect Tom Holland, Spider-Man from No Way Home to be somewhere at the end of this month, and that'll be their trifecta that you will have to buy each one separately at about $75-$80 a pop.
But only if you're a real fan, so no pressure.
Only if you're a real collector.
Only.
That's Army Building imposing figures, okay?
You know what's one thing that we've not really said enough here is that whoever, it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Hasbro or SHF or Mayfex, whoever is the first one to put out final suit Tom Holland, like the one that we see for 10 seconds, game over.
Yeah.
They win. Game over.
100%.
That's true. Yeah.
Call it in because they fucking won. Whatever the hell it's gonna be.
I mean, you know, that's kind of like how Hot Toys kind of capitalized on that, the most recent Spider-Man that they put out and shit too, actually.
Oh, for sure. I honestly think it's probably going to be them.
Yeah, they'll probably be first. I could see that. But I damn sure was trying to put the Tom Holland head from the homemade suit Hot Toys Spider-Man onto that most recent one that released.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not possible.
They got you. You got to buy the new one.
You have to.
All right. What else we got? Jeff.
What's next on topics?
Well, no, there's still a little bit. There's a little bit of SHF, but it's just really passing stuff. Ami dropped Revenge of the Sith, Anakin, SHF.
Oh, a reissue, right?
A reissue, and then Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader. I was really fucking pissed off because they dropped at the stupidest time. So I missed, and I was really annoyed.
It was breaking up on my end. I don't know if everybody else heard you.
Yeah, I heard that. That was weird.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Vader and Anakin.
Yeah, they dropped at a. Yeah, they dropped at a really weird time last night, and I completely missed them. They dropped at 10 o'clock my time.
Oh, is it sold out already?
Totally.
Damn, pre-orders closed.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
they sold out within a few minutes. It sucks.
Damn.
So
Well,
people were
luckily I
ready.
got these two.
Eesh. Yeah, that was it. Just that they was dropped as well.
Yeah, these are actually two of the Star Wars SHF figures that I actually appreciate.
Yeah, damn, this sucks. I just got to pay up the American price for a little over retail for.
I wonder
for
what that was about. That seems so random.
I know, right? They had, like nothing was said. They just randomly popped up on Ami Ami.
We are about to get another. We are about to get another Star Wars show on Disney Plus soon, right?
Yeah, Andor.
Yeah, next week, right?
Next week, yeah, I believe so.
3-episode premiere.
Whoa,
3 episodes at once?
Whoa,
Mhm.
Cassian.
That's
Andor
basically.
Luna.
That's what they're counting on.
What I missed?
Bro.
All
Star
right.
Wars, baby. Your favorite topic. Yeah, what's
What's
next?
that? That's what?
Storm?
That's
We
it
can
for
talk
SHF,
Mesco
huh?
real quick. Somebody say Mesco?
Yeah, I think so.
Was there
To
anything in
both
Mesco?
There was a new round of delays.
Oh,
We talked about that
I mean,
last.
I did my whole stream about it.
We
Alright.
talked about that last week because that was all.
Yeah, we did talk
last
about
Friday.
You mentioned it, but I did make up a new graphic that
I
I'm
love
not
it.
allowed to.
You
post
may
on
have
social
mentioned it, but you didn't go into it. So here we go.
I literally went into every figure and the release date that they changed to. But all right.
Are you absolutely positive that you made this?
Yeah, totally. I
Have
went
any
through the
proof?
website myself because if there was anything to base this off of, I wouldn't be allowed to see it anyway.
Have any proof that you were?
You know what? I love the jokes that like only we really understand and shit. All right, fuck it. Go ahead.
I mean, I went through the website. I was like busy this whole weekend, but somebody had just hit me up to say like, "Hey, there was new delays," and I was like, "Great." I mean, no, wait, I was mad about it. That's what it was. I was mad about it.
Steaming
because
mad.
I couldn't enjoy the great weekend that I had seeing some of my favorite bands and one of my new favorite bands with a new friend of mine who works as one of the great toy designers for Super 7. And I couldn't enjoy any of these great memories I made because I had to worry about the fact that all this stuff was delayed. Anyway, go see my stream. I talked about all this, but just a quick visual guide for everybody who's out the loop. These are literally all of the 112 pre-orders that are up right now with their current dates. Obviously, it's September 1st now, so I probably should update Death Dealer, but I think he still says this date. I'm not even sure. I got to check. But when I made this on Monday, this was accurate. So everything that's highlighted in red was delayed and moved to these new windows. Everything that is not highlighted is where it was, originally estimated for. So there was, I think, like 18 delays total that were part of this like new round.
Damn.
Let me see. Death Dealer. It still says June to August on the website, so I don't technically have to change this graphic yet. But there you go. Even Green Goblin was actually supposed to be December to February, the same as Spider-Man. They went up maybe like 2 weeks apart. And Spider-Man looks like he's going to be still in that window. Green Goblin got moved to March through May. It is officially the like farthest out pre-order. Batman 89, however, has not been pushed back as part of this latest round. So maybe now that we're in the September to November window, we'll actually get him. The newest one added here was the Batman, the Robert Zadar Batman, as Fat Man calls him. Accurately, of course. And we're also in the window for Leatherface, Death Dealers, and the Crow. So, hey, wouldn't that be
Crow.
sick if we got them?
All right, all shit that I didn't even order, so I don't have anything even in none of this stuff. Well, I guess until December. Okay, October, December.
Yeah,
I think you just misspoke. We are not in the window for Death Dealer. We passed the window.
we are past the window, but he hasn't been updated yet. It still says June, August on the website. So
That is very strange though, because they would have updated it.
yeah,
Weird.
Interesting. All right,
if you got something highlighted
a
in red
real-
here, I got some bad news for you.
real quick Mesco update. All right, we did it. We out of here.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. What is the outro? Are we done? Is this the end?
Something like that. No, we got some more topics, I think, and I'm echoing. Fabio, that's probably it.
Yeah, probably. What's next?
Storm? Got 2 things from Storm.
What's up with Storm?
Stormy.
Last week they showed off Jury, and then this week it's Billy Mahoney in the flesh, Kano, baby.
It's Billy Mahoney's blood brother. Kano.
Is this that Australian guy?
The very same.
Kanar?
Nar?
Hello, my name is Kanar.
The worst. Here he is, Kano.
Is this the character from that like legendary clip of like, no, Sonya, I'm not gonna be a puppet, and then he jumps off the cliff and goes. Is that the one, Pancho?
I don't know.
Really?
What are you talking about?
It's like a famous video game thing. The clip of like Sonya throwing somebody over a cliff and screaming like, I swear it's Kano. But, forgive me if I'm wrong, Pancho. You hold much more knowledge than I do. You look like Kano. Is it?
Maybe this game's version. I don't know. We never got the Mortal Kombat 1 Kano, right? This is the first Kano period, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this on display at San Diego, but I think it wasn't painted yet. So this is the first we're seeing the actual painted prototype or the painted images.
Oh, the ending you're talking about is the Jax ending.
Jax's ending.
But she throws this guy that kind of looks like Kraven the Hunter off the cliff.
Hold on a second. Let me see that.
I believe it's Kano.
Can I see that lightsaber kind of like effects? Whatever the fuck he's doing there. What was that?
It's an eye laser.
No, not that one. He's got like 2 things in his hand right there.
Look at that go.
He's a big fan.
Can't believe that got me.
Got that heat wave going on here.
God damn it.
Did they steal Can of Beams thing again?
No, I mean, you know what? They may have. They got away with it once. They might as well do it again.
They did. That's what they do.
That is what they do. Like, yo, for real. Like,
lean into it.
These guys are out here and they're fucking stealing shit from little guys every day.
With the glow sticks. like Terry Crews and White Chicks high on whatever he was high on in that scene.
Yeah, dude looks.
He just needs a whistle in his mouth.
This dude 100% looks like he's listening to Darude Sandstorm.
Oh, for sure. You got a Bass Hunter playlist right now.
Right. So good.
But yeah, here's Kano.
You keep saying it wrong, Pancho. Come on. It's Kanar.
Kanar.
You got to think of how the Chamba would say it.
Yeah.
This is my favorite Mortal Kombat character, the Kanar. He sounds more like a Taika Waititi character.
Yeah, I'm afraid if I do an Australian accent, I'll just dip too far into New Zealand. So I don't want to.
Well, they're virtually indistinguishable.
Oh, hey, no, they couldn't be any. God. They couldn't be more different.
This right here is Cyber Goth Kano underneath the bridge.
Yeah, for real.
Cyber Goth. Yeah.
What about this chick? Who's she?
Jury.
Fucking Jury, baby.
Jury. The jury's out.
That's it.
Young Jury.
Jury's out. The fucking toes are out, baby. They know what they're fucking doing.
They know what they're doing. Oh man.
Isn't this the chick from Overwatch?
How dare you?
100%. This is the same exact character. You can't tell me any otherwise.
Damn, she mad cute though. Okay.
This Jury is good. It's a good figure for
I
sure.
would get her printed on a full body pillow.
Oh, for sure.
They got her kind
All
of
right,
giving off.
man.
They got her kind of giving off Azula vibes in this.
Everybody's
picture,
on their bump shirt shit tonight. I see.
I'd definitely have
I'm
a
just trying to
folder full
feel
of pictures of her,
comfortable
and then they'd sprawl over the floor for sure.
Oh no! Get me out of here.
It's called hentai and it's art, Bug.
Thank you, Sam Jackson, for normalizing hentai.
What Street Fighter was she in? I don't even know this character at all.
It's 5. And
But she's been in Street Fighter since 5.
yeah, she's been in 4, Street Fighter 4, right? That's when she came out.
Probably.
Yeah,
She's got some
4.
fucking Hobbit feet. What is going on here?
How about that crazy ass effect that she comes with, though? Huh? How come you're not highlighting that?
That shit is crazy.
Fabio?
Yeah, Street Fighter 4 is where she came out. Yeah,
4.
Okay,
not
that does
that,
look-
Fabio.
This
This
one?
This.
this big
Come
fucker.
on, man.
Jeez,
Fucking Jumbo over here. This is what we're talking about.
that's massive.
She's got it set to Wombo.
It's a Tawambo.
Zaystro says Peggy Hill. Yeah, you're right.
I
That's the
think
thing
we
about
downloaded
porn.
the wrong Street Fighter.
Yeah, I would love it. I would love it if Can of Beans
Oh, no.
would come over here and claim that they copied this.
Ejaculation.
You love it. You love to see it.
Oh no.
I will say, I forget what the game is called, but I played this fighting game at my friend Travis's house, and it was like the character names were literally like their archetypes or whatever. I totally forget what it was called, but I wouldn't be surprised if Storm does characters from that, because it was actually a really tight game, and the character designs were really cool.
Oh, it's like that newer
Imagine.
one, like a very new one.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name right now.
Yeah. Like the female ninja character specifically, I remember her name was like Kunoichi or something like that.
The very same.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you're talking about Yugi's best friend from Yu-Gi-Oh, Jonoichi.
Oh, maybe.
Also known in America as Joey.
I'm more of a Bandit Keith guy myself.
That's that guy,
Bro,
Bandit
anybody
Keith.
makes Bandit Keith, we're in trouble. Oh, I think
You
it was
imagine?
DNF Duel.
Yeah, DNF Duel. That's exactly what it
DNF
is. Yeah.
Duel. Yep. I literally just looked up PS5 fighting games.
Well, there it is. Hey, this Street Fighter 5 Jury came out just in time for them to unveil Jury in Street Fighter 6. So
Oh, it's on Steam too. I might get it if it's on Steam. That's kind of cool. Okay, anyway. What's next?
after that is Star Wars with a question mark.
Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Let's
They
make
have to
this
reveal,
quick.
like,
I
today,
don't.
right? I'm pretty sure they did have some reveals. Like
They did.
yesterday.
They sure did. Actually, while you get all that stuff together, let me read through some super chats real quick.
Please.
At the
Hey,
top of the
that's a good
show, Fat Man hit us with 5, saying, "Is Mesco charging more for Robert Zadar Batman because of the extra plastic they need to create that huge chin?"
The
Yeah,
answer is no,
possible.
because they already had it from the first time they released that Batman.
They call it the chin tax.
You know what? That is a little like jab at us for us to take it on the chin. That's what it is.
I know he was also saying that the prices are increased. No, that was like the base price for Mesco. It's $95. That's what the base price is now.
Didn't it used to be 80?
They used to be like 85.
No, I think it was 80. Wasn't it 80?
No, 85. Black Skull's Death Brigade was 85.
I'm talking way before that stuff.
It was 80 for a while. It went up to 85.
Before that.
Now you're telling us it's 95.
Batman and BVS Batman and Superman were 75.
Yeah, so I'm talking that era, very early.
Yeah,
Like,
and price increases are like true across the board. Like NECA Ultimates for 25, they're 32 now.
well, I mean, I'm not asking about price increases. I was just asking, didn't it used to be 80?
Yeah. At some point.
But now the standard is 95. Yes?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, sometimes you get an $85 one. Yeah, like Black Skulls. Something else was 85 recently. I don't know.
Honestly, this Batman should have been 85 because it wasn't no crazy accessories. He didn't have like the freaking like extendo wings with the indie wire and shit like that. Like this was not crazy.
Yeah.
How much was this new Batman? 95?
He was 95.
Yeah, it was 85.
For comparison, the Darkest Dawn edition of Supreme Knight that you got, Poncho, that I got for you,
Yes.
was also 95. And
Sure.
this new one definitely comes with less than that.
Was it 100 or 95?
95.
Oh, okay.
Mama
Yeah, that's kind of
mia.
wild. Like,
Yeah, like this Batman right here was 95, and it comes with all this shit.
yeah, it comes with a
Oh,
bunch of stuff, huh?
shit.
Yeah. This
And he has the-
newest, latest one was also 95, and definitely comes with less.
And he has the pleather cape, so you can't even give it that like, oh, it's the cape.
Batman
It
says
has two
say
capes.
less.
The Darkest Dawn that I showed first also had 2 capes, because it has the
Oh
wired
my
cape and the
God.
non-wired cape. This one, yeah, definitely comes with less for 95.
Correct. Yeah, I don't understand. I think across the board we're seeing price increases, but we're also seeing a lot of inconsistency across the board as far as like what you get and what a figure that's priced significantly more than what you get in with something that's not. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's
But at the
happening.
same
with
time, it
Mesco.
was $190 for the 2-pack, so technically $95 per figure. So like that's consistent,
Hmm.
That is true. Very true.
you know.
Yeah,
But
I
both
made
of
the
these other Darkest Supreme Knight Batmans were 95.
I made the point last week that I would rather just pay the extra $35 to get the blue version.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because reality is I don't know when this thing's gonna come
Because
out.
that
It
is
says-
the shipping price, basically. With tax and shipping, you are paying that extra like 30.
yeah, and I like the blue for that look more. I mean, that says that it's going to release on a certain date, but we really don't know. It could be a month later than it says. It could be right when it says. But I just pay the
Yeah.
$30 extra, and I get the color that I prefer in hand right when I pay for it.
Yep.
So.
And that's my answer to the inconsistent pre-order or inaccurate pre-order estimates is like, honestly, I don't pre-order that many Mescos. I only pre-order like exclusives. Anything else that's not exclusive, I just wait till it hits and then I buy it.
Yeah, it's funny. This week I had a Fabio moment. I had watched a review earlier this week of someone who reviewed a Mesco who doesn't typically review Mescos, and
It was
he
Anthony's
was
Customs, wasn't it?
I don't know. I can't. I don't know. But he was dogging the shit out of the figure, and I just felt like I was you. The things that this person was complaining about like made no sense to me. This doesn't look like any look of Wolverine before. Like, yeah, it's not supposed to. It's their own look. Like, I don't understand what's so hard to grasp about that. It's not it's their own version. I don't get it.
You taught him well, Fabio.
I was in the comments like, this is their own version. It's not supposed to look like Jim Lee's. It's not supposed to look like this.
I'm assuming it was Anthony's Customs because I first heard of his review on like Reddit and someone who just took a screenshot of it where with the subtitles on or the closed captions, and it was like, this is a 3 out of 10 figure. I was like, this is some clickbait for sure, and like I saw it and like I get it. He's such a stickler for like the proportions and all that stuff, so whatever.
I don't know, man. I've seen reviews from said reviewer where he gives a lot of praise to McFarlane and their proportions, and I don't know, this guy fucking nuts. Who the fuck loves McFarlane proportions?
Who?
No one. Just a reviewer online.
All right.
Loves McFarlane's proportions and gives McFarlane figures practically 10 out of 10s most times.
Yeah.
And
Is it
this mess?
Is it Todd McFarlane?
You know what? It fucking might be.
That's what you just said.
Hey, this guy, he doesn't look like Jim's work. It's like, oh. Is that
For
you?
the most part, I mean, yeah, I think I like him, honestly. I do like him as a reviewer. I do watch his reviews, not super regularly, but when I watch him, I'm like, yeah, I like where his critique comes from, but not even because I'm like, I mean, maybe it is, but I like to think it's not entirely because I'm a total mez cuck. But I was like, some of these criticisms were a little like unwarranted. I feel like.
Yeah, I hear you.
They were.
How do we get back on?
Without a doubt,
how
the
do we get back on,
the new one is one of the best ones for sure. But if you're like basing it entirely off of like, it doesn't look like the thing from the comic. Like, yeah, I get that, but I mean, maybe it's because of the art on the tin suggests that it should be exactly like the thing from the comic, but at the end of the day, it's still like a Mesco designed Wolverine. It's just slightly more classic looking rather than as Mesco-fied. But at the end of the day, it is still Mesco-fied.
And Boog is wondering how we got back on Mesco, and it's because one of our lovely viewers sent it a super chat.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you for that, lovely viewer.
And I should have.
All right, next super chat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, back to Mesco here.
Well, I'm here, so we have to linger on Mesco. Come on.
I did open this a few days ago, and it is very nice. It's a very nice figure with a lot of nice accessories, and definitely you get a bang for your buck with this figure. No question about it.
All right, hopefully moving on. On Transmitter. Hit us with 10. He said, "Hey guys, happy Labor Day weekend. Asked in the Discord this week, what's the best 1/12 Marvel figure ever made in any line,
right
comic, MCU? I said Mesco Iron Fist. Many said Sentinel Peter B. What do you guys think?"
Ooh. I don't have Mesco Iron Fist, and I'm like really angry that I didn't actually pull the trigger on that figure. But I have seen some really good pictures with him, and I'm like, I know at some point they're gonna do a Luke Cage, and I'm gonna just be mad that I don't have that Iron Fist. But yeah, that's a good one. Sentinel Peter B is definitely up there as one of the best 6-inch figures, at least in the past couple years, at least. But ever, that's tough.
It's a big question.
I mean, it depends on the person too, because I'm of again the type that I don't care how accurate it is to the source material, and I'm not that big into like I like Into the Spider-Verse. I thought it was a great movie, but I'm not so like attached to the appearances from that film that when the figure comes out, I'm like, oh, this is a great figure because it's so accurate to the thing. And you know, you can get away with that one as like a pretty classic Spider-Man for sure, but I'm honest in saying that like it's more about how the character is in my mind's eye, not necessarily how accurate it is to any particular source material. So
what Mesco figure you
how accurate it is to source material, then I'm out of that conversation.
All right, but what Mesco figure you want to nominate for this slot?
For like a 1/12 Marvel figure.
It's Punisher.
Actually, you know what? It probably would be better for us to come together and actually make a show of this and put together the best figure from each line, and that'll be like the top 10 of the decade or some shit like that.
I don't know. I mean, any of the Mesco Punishers has to be up there, like from functionality to just like overall look and all that. I mean, we got to get our categories together. It's got to be something that has been seen a lot in toy photography. We got to get this together. That's a great question. Yeah,
let's make this into something.
Might have spawned something special out of this.
Yeah. Let's make this into something, because if you once you put in that category of how much it's been featured in A.C.B.A. and toy photography and shit like that,
yeah,
my fake Spider-Man is going to be up there.
So we're trying to go like objective on this.
I mean, we going with, I don't know. We could definitely squeeze out 10 categories. We could squeeze out second market. The secondary market prices. It's a lot of things you could use to, calibrate that.
Fantastic.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well,
end of the year is coming. We could do maybe not a decade. What's the term for a half a decade? A half a decade?
That would be it.
We call it half a decade top of the line. I don't know, because that's what it is. Top of each line. Yeah.
Top of the year, top of the line.
I mean,
of
if
the
we're
year,
talking
top of the
aftermarket, yeah,
line.
any of the Mesco Punishers would be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Mez puns.
Right?
All right. We gotta think about this a little more. Let's explore this.
Yeah.
Fat Man hit us with 2 earlier in the show when we were talking about SHF. He said, when are we getting Figure Arts cooler or metal cooler? I mean, soon. Super soon.
I saw a lot of people asking about pontificating on
Ooh, good word.
Frieza, the mecha or robot. What's the proper term?
Yeah, Mecha Frieza.
Yeah.
Mecha Frieza?
It's in the bag. It's gonna happen. There's no question. I think cooler, like fit like a fourth form cooler. We'll probably get him within the next 4 years we'll get him. I'm thinking like because now they're doing Turles. So Turles opens up the window for like any movie character. And I think from there the main wants for movie characters are Janemba and then Bojack. And then probably after that is cooler. And then maybe the next year or a year after that, they just release the exact same buck, but with a chrome paint job, and that's metal cooler. And that's your metal cooler. It's just some event exclusive or some shit like that. Warlocked at the same time asked with $5. So stoked for Frieza. What are you guys' thoughts on the next Namek Saga character? My money is on Namek Vegeta, but who knows? Take my money. Hell yeah. I think Vegeta's a good pick for sure. Just regular, just like very light battle jacket Vegeta with no like pauldrons or shoulder armor or anything like that. I think that's for sure.
I'd say that that's the best bet because I mean, at this point, who else can you do from Namek Saga that hasn't been done? It's definitely Vegeta.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of play out of that sculpt when they make it. You can get a lot out of it.
Yeah, I think in terms of like characters that like absolutely need to be made from Namek Saga, it's third form Frieza, and then after that is like 100% Frieza and like Super Saiyan Goku at the end, like at the end of the arc, for sure. But yeah, the Vegeta, we need the Vegeta for sure.
Oh yeah, and what would be nice? It'd be nice if we got some interchangeable parts and we could do those like when he gets blasted.
Yeah,
those like breaks in his armor. That'd be really nice.
That'd be dope. All right, we backtracking on everything. We're supposed to be talking about Star Wars.
Well, sure. I'm going through super chats real quick.
Okay.
Fat Man hit us with 2 saying Bojack movie Trunks would be awesome to get. Yeah, I mean for sure. I think that'll probably happen soon too. It's just like they gotta. I don't know, like where would that even fit in with like movie stuff? Maybe. Then there are some like exclusive movie looks that they could do. They could do like movie Trunks like that. They could do Gohan from Bojack where he's in like the regular Turtle Hermit gi. You could do Krillin and Piccolo's outfit from movie 11 if you really want to fuck with it, I guess.
Hey, Trunks.
I really.
What'd you say, Fabio?
Trunks was in BoJack Horseman?
Shut up.
First episode, baby. Tune in.
Man.
No, I really do believe that very soon. I honestly think within the next 2 years, I think we're gonna get that fucking movie Gohan, where he's got that missing arm. Gohan
yeah, there's no question.
All these people making these kits. I just think whenever things like that happen, it just really pisses Bandai off. Like it's the best thing we have going for us right now. Just like how third-party Transformers really fuel Takara, these companies, they really fuel Bandai and they really piss them off. And it's helping because they end up fucking doing the same thing and way better.
I believe it. Bobig hit us with 20 earlier in the show. Thank you so much, man. Hell yeah, the man, the myth. Holland Toy Flicks hit us with 5. Said, good show, fellas. Just wanted to stop on this nice Friday evening and show support. Hell yeah. Thank you, man.
Craig.
Thank you, fellas.
Craig,
appreciate you.
Damn good, man.
And hey, we're caught up. Let's talk Star Wars, baby. Who are these guys? White
And
robots?
Star Wars?
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, I'll tell you.
No,
They're
there's so many
easy
fucking
repaint.
pictures.
People are mad. Remember the battle droid? Okay, here he is in white.
Okay, tight. A gaming great.
Apparently, these are video game designs. Yeah.
Yeah, these are all
Oh.
gaming greats, GameStop exclusives, and they're just repaints, basically. Here's a stormtrooper with a rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher, baby.
And they're doing the windowless packaging too.
Is that the newer Stormtrooper, though, design?
I don't know. I think so, because it has the single jointed knees and elbows with no pins.
You know, it's funny. Yesterday, I got in my Ned and Spider-Man and Tom Holland 2-pack from Amazon. Yeah, it's
Poncho and Tom.
They're absolutely fantastic. I love them so much. Yeah, my Poncho and my Tom Holland. And I opened the box in front of my brother, the one who collects SHF, and he's like 10 years old. He's like, "Why does the box look like this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, Hasbro, they don't do plastic windows anymore." He looks at me and he goes, "Really sucks." And he gives me the box, and I was like, "Yeah." So let everybody else know in the Legends community how much you hate it, buddy. I didn't mind the box because I fucking opened that shit straight away. I mean, I really love those figures, and Poncho ever releases a sculpt of himself, I cry.
One day.
Yes.
I saw that
Because
2-pack
that
in Target
figure-
today, actually, and I had it in my hand, but I ultimately passed.
No, Amazon had it for $40, brother.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing I passed because there's no fucking way I'm paying $52 for that. I just
Yeah, they had
want
it-
the net.
I got it for $40, and I was looking at this Ned, and I was like, "Damn, man, this is too good. This is Hasbro on another level." I'll give them kudos to that fucking Ned.
Honestly, both of them are really good.
Yeah,
to,
they are.
just
The Tom is nice.
collect.
Yeah,
you know?
they're both really great.
I just want the net.
couldn't be out there. But yeah, somebody get this man the fucking net.
Well, these Star Wars figures are $27.99 each, also
Yes.
Whoa.
Fucking
Yikes.
for like 0 new parts, just straight repaints.
I can't believe this. When did they have pictures with sound? Because they're screaming GameStop sale. Screaming it through the screen.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't even think they actually explored this as a viable army builder option enough in the regular color to be giving you a repaint with some blood on it or whatever the fuck that is for $30.
It's
basically.
honestly ridiculous to have army builders go up to this price point. Like, I would understand when like new characters come out at a higher price point because I get it.
Right.
Like, new tooling, sure. But there's pretty much nothing new except the accessory on these guys.
Yeah, that's wild. That's kind of a slap in the face.
And they're supposed to be like, you know, saving money on the plastic use overall because of the windowless packaging, right? That was the intention.
They're tripping with this.
I mean,
sucks.
I just think it's wild to offer. Listen, the term army builder or army building as it relates to collecting and displaying and shit like that is something that's like mutually beneficial and like probably like really like 60-40 for the companies and shit like that. Like it's a absolute surefire way for you to capitalize on one character that people will buy over and over again to keep building their army and shit. It would behoove you as the, you know, retailer or the maker to make that readily available and just keep pumping them out and keep putting them out and shit like that. I don't even understand this. Like, small quantities of an expensive army builder. Like, that shit doesn't even make sense.
It makes no sense. This isn't fucking limited sneakers. This is a line you want people to get into. This is money you want to make. Like,
Right.
why are these things hard to get? Like, I don't fucking understand.
Anyway, that's Star Wars.
We got a new Star Wars show coming out. We got some new gaming greats in stores. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention about Star Wars is that the What's the black android trooper from Mandalorian that we saw?
The Dark Trooper.
Dark troopers are starting to show up in on people's doorsteps and review tables and shit like that. Mine actually converted on Big Bad Toy Store. It's on my Power Loot right now. Shout out to Hixel, to Alex, who had a picture with the Dark Troopers this past week. I saw quite a few toy photography pictures and shit, but yeah, they starting to show up. Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Dark Trooper. Okay, that's Star Wars.
Hey, there it is.
Okay,
There's your
what's
Star
next?
Wars, baby.
What's next?
Yeah.
Darn it.
Last I wanted to mention NECA just a little bit.
Oh yes.
Please show some restraint, Fabio, when going through that thing.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
I mostly wanted to talk about that Brooklyn and some. I don't even know what this is. Why are we watching?
Is it okay, Poncho? It's the fall geek out, baby. Remember
Geeking out. We're geeking out.
Yeah. So if you go to Target for the next like 5 weeks, apparently there's gonna be new stuff shipping from NECA every week for the next 5 weeks.
Oh well.
Yeah, and that will include this Usagi Yojimbo. A lot of stuff that we've like seen before, but will be in stores now as part of this fall geek out, Target fall geek out, whatever.
I definitely
so
need.
That's
showing up
for
in
sure.
stores now. A bunch of
I was about
like
to say, that's
the
already in stores
TMNT
right now.
cartoon 2-packs like Taka and Razar and the Crooked
Razor?
Turtle Gang and Zack and Smash and like a bunch of stuff is just gonna be hitting the stores soon.
You're glossing over one of the biggest controversies this week is that accessory pack from NECA getting a lot of people pissed
so
off.
yeah, I was gonna get to that, but yeah,
Okay.
the Universal Monsters Dracula accessory set, $50 or something
$50
like that.
fucking dollars. There's your
Or-
rats. Or is that a possum?
or-
What is that?
It's armadillo
Oh damn!
and a
No,
rat.
that's a possum.
and a
baby.
possum.
$50 for all this.
No, sir. What the is a figure in the coffin?
No,
You guys are
Good
smoking
question,
fucking
no.
rocks, bro. What
Dude,
is
all
happening?
these companies, man. What are all these companies on right now? Who do you think they're selling to?
it's $10 per accessory. Come on.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Obviously, this coffin costs as much as this cricket in its own little coffin. If I'm reading this right.
That cricket is their Jiminy cricket because there's no fucking way these guys have a conscience paying fucking $50 for this shit.
Well, they're wishing upon a star.
They surely
Pay
are.
$50 for this shit. I mean,
And
I
if you
get it,
order
but
the-
it feels weird. And it was the same thing for the Mummy accessory set, which was literally like the sarcophagus, a crate
Sarcophagi.
to put the crate that came with the original Mummy release, and like a backdrop, and that was it for the Mummy accessory set. And it was the same price,
That was $50 too.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's
no
wild
wonder
because
I didn't
if you're ordering this shit online, $47.99 plus shipping plus tax, like up to like over fillers. What's going on, man? What are we
And this is
doing?
where I gotta plug my nostalgia discussion again that I streamed an episode of, I think last week, and they're giving you these glow in the dark Remco homage packaging versions of, and these are available as part of the Fall Geek Out now too. They're like literally showing up in stores right now. These are the ultimate figures, Poncho, the one you made the Khonshu out of right here, with
Hey.
no accessories,
Yeah.
just glow in the dark on retro packaging
Yikes!
for the same price as the Ultimates.
No, that's insane, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, this shit is such an insult. It's crazy. When I first saw these on pegs, I thought, oh, sick, glow in the dark version. I'm gonna buy these. And then I go to the scanner, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? These should be $20.
This is disrespectful.
What the fuck? Yeah, I was like, I fucking left them right there next to the scanner, and I was like, I'm not fucking buying this shit.
Not to mention they've
Yeah,
already given you the black and white version and the color version.
Yeah, they're triple dipping, and they're fucking wanting you to pay the same price.
And like these are
Well-
for people who probably won't even open these. Like the idea is that they're in that Remco homage packaging. You
Yeah,
wanna keep them
it's
on card.
funny. It's funny that Poncho said that because that's what I see all the time. Like a scene couple, an emo couple will go next to the fucking NECA section. They'll be like, "Oh my god, it's fucking Sam from Trick or Treat." And then they're like, "Oh, dude, it's $40." And then she's like, "Oh, come on, I love Sam." And then they'll walk away with the figure. That's exactly what these are meant for. For the
I
couple,
mean, people who don't know better.
yeah. This is definitely like the casual that doesn't know better figure right here. We cannot hear you, Fabio.
Still can't hear you.
Still can't hear you, Fabio.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. The mummy glows all over. Okay, super cool. Top to bottom, it glows. So dope.
Mm-hmm.
Frankenstein. Oh god, Frankenstein. I mean, excuse me. Frankenstein's monster. Glows only at the exposed skin parts, so the hands and the head.
So hands and
The
head.
Wolfman only glows in the face.
Oh my
Wow.
god! And give us the toenails.
No, we couldn't. I mean, no, they couldn't. I don't know why I said we. It's a little wild.
It's too much. It's doing too much.
And there's Dracula. Okay, like honestly, this is a case where maybe it would have been okay for Dracula to have cost $20 more if he just came with the coffin. Fuck the spider and the armadillo and all that other shit. No? Because you're only buying
I agree.
one Dracula.
Look at that
That's just
face
so
sculpt.
odd.
It's a good face sculpt.
He's thinking up a master plan.
That's two different head sculpts. Those look good. So yeah, the fall geek out, bunch of stuff hitting, but yeah, you want to talk about this guy, right? Broadway.
Brooklyn.
This is the most normal looking one they've put out so far. I mean, he's still yoked out, fucking roid raging all over the place. His thighs are like
They're putting Dwayne the Rock Johnson to shame.
yeah, these are crazy. But like
It's
his
totally the same
torso,
legs as Goliath.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
only the top and like the upper torso and the diaphragm that are new.
How shitty are those wings, huh?
Yikes, man!
Yeah, he's still not gonna be able to stand.
Try to tell you.
But that's the only thing. That's the only thing that gets me with these figures. Like, fucking wings are garbage.
I have touched that Goliath once, and that's it. I just didn't even. I don't know. I'm in the minority though, for sure.
Yeah. I've messed around with that Goliath twice. Once was when I first opened it and I fucking threw away those wings. Number two, when I bought what's his name? Bronx, is that the name of the dog?
Yeah.
And I bought Bronx and I put on the rubber like wraparound wings and I was like, yep, now it's normal.
I'm really surprised that they don't come with a relaxed set of wings here. Like once you get the first like grouping of these, the first full crew, you can't even stand them all together with the wings on.
Yeah, you need an 8-foot display or some shit like that.
Even if you're just gonna be cheap and give us just a bunch of fucking repainted Goliath ones, I'll take it. Like, just give me something.
Yeah, giving us the same legs. Might as well.
It's not good.
I think that was really it that I wanted to talk about NECA. I can't think of anything else that really.
These Universal monsters are hitting as part of this fall geek out as well. You know,
Hey,
we
good for
gotta
them.
give a shout out to DGDX animation for these.
No doubt.
Yeah. But yeah, anything that's like been recently announced by NECA is like starting to hit. There's a new Ultimate RoboCop that's hitting as part of this too, which is really like it is an Ultimate. It's in like the new packaging. They haven't done RoboCop in like the full box Ultimate packaging, but it's the exact same RoboCop figure we got 7 years ago. It just finally has the whatever the actor's name likeness. What's he called?
The RoboCop.
I should know this. Peter Weller. It finally has the unmasked, helmetless RoboCop Peter Weller head.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which they've had sculpted since those original RoboCop figures 7 or 8 years ago, and are finally, licensed to actually put out. These Defenders of the Earth guys are starting to hit now, like the last of the wave, which was the Mandrake, the Magician, and Lothar.
You mean not Zatara?
Yeah, no. This Lothar's crazy too, though. Like the face is wild, but animation's great.
Yeah, he kills it every single time.
Yeah.
I think that does it for everything. There's third party in here, but I don't really know.
We had we wanted to talk about the Valaverse vehicles, right?
Oh, sure. I have no idea what that is, but go right ahead.
No?
I want the HasLab money, sir.
I forgot about that, but yeah, just another big shout out to DGDX Animation, another person from just within the community, just doing their own thing, doing their art, and like, making it to the league basically, and getting picked up by a bunch of these companies to do his animations for their promotion and shit. Again, this is what this shit is all about, basically. Like, it's a dream come true for a collector and somebody that was just a fan to actually be, making money and working with some of these companies doing what they love. So shout out to Matthew Cohen and to DGDX Animation.
Nice.
What was you about to get into though? What did we say?
Valaverse.
Oh,
Valaverse.
Valaverse. Oh yeah. So I saw a video from Bobby this past week saying that he basically got a little partnership with the Resvani people, who are going to produce one of their sort of unique design tactical vehicle thingies, but recreate it or allow him to use the design as something for the Valaverse universe. So to go with, his storyline and stuff like that for these sort of warriors that he's got in his line. So this should be interesting. I'm interested to see what the final product looks like and what the price point will be, because this guy has a very tumultuous relationship with Hasbro, and they kind of like been kind of going back and forth. I mean, Hasbro's not really like acknowledging any like whatever, but Bobby has been constantly going at the folks at Hasbro. If you don't know, he formerly worked for Hasbro with the Marvel Legends line actually too.
And for years was apparently trying to get them to do 6-inch Joes, and they're like, "Nah, Bobby, you're crazy."
Look
Right.
who's laughing now, baby.
But I'm pretty sure that he was still kind of like, sowing his little seeds for his line, even during the time that he was working with Hasbro, was trying to acquire those licenses and do different things or whatever. But yeah, that whole situation with him and his relationship with Hasbro has been a little point of contention for me personally. But I'm always rooting for the small guys in this whole situation in the community, as far as people getting it from the mud and like really coming up and doing their own thing. So I definitely still respect that 100%.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
No indication as to how much this will be or whatever. It's just an announcement.
We don't know anything. It was just an announcement and just this sort of like digital kind of render here or whatever. But so we don't. I think he did actually give a date of the next update or when something tangible will be happening in the video. You could check it out, find his video on YouTube or what have you. But yeah, this was great news.
Valaverse on YouTube. Go check it out.
Yeah.
And then can we talk McFarlane real quick?
No.
Come on, he's got a ton of stuff to talk about. Did we talk about this Batman at all?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about all this shit, man.
Okay. What about this?
Yes. Go away.
Okay. What about? Okay, hang on. I'm
actually the newest shit with the newest shit with McFarlane is this whatever the Superman is.
It's
I think.
the Page Punchers, bam.
Oh, we got a Flash too. Which Flash is this?
It's this Flash right here.
Who is the man in the Flash costume?
So this is the next 6-inch page punchers wave, each including the same comic book.
Mm.
And you have these characters as they appear in the same comic book.
Is this some unique comic book that McFarlane is coming out with, or this is based on actual?
It's part of
Yeah.
their partnership with DC
Yeah.
Direct, so it's definitely an official DC comic, and it's a new comic exclusive to page punchers.
All right, so then it's not canon.
It's some wild shit. And these will be out like tomorrow because that's how it worked with McFarlane, apparently. Here's Heatwave. Hey. Look at that.
Hey, what a white outfit. Got it.
And then here's Capitan Frio.
It looked kind of cool.
And then the first page punchers Mega Fig, Gorilla Grodd.
Oh, so the same Gorilla Grodd that we got before. Got it.
No, it's an all new Gorilla Grodd.
Is
Do
it?
be all new.
It's terrible and you don't want it. I mean, honestly, it looks fine, but
I mean, it looks pretty good right there. Like the sculpt looks good, but
yeah, but this paint looks so clean.
I'm not, convinced that it's going to be moving around a lot.
Well, that's because it isn't.
Makes sense.
And then the other thing announced was Gold Label Superman from Batman Hush.
Superman looking real thick.
With a terrible hairline. Look at this.
Terrible.
Going up here.
He looks like Bizarro.
Yeah. Well, it is the the Superman that we've had like forever. I mean, it is technically incorrect because this is supposed to be like the new 52, not new 52, Rebirth suit, but they've added the trunks to it, so it has like the kind of detail lines going to it, and then a new head where he's all like possessed from the poison ivy.
Nah, that doesn't look good. This whole figure looks not good. This is not Hush Superman. Come on.
I will say he did learn from past mistakes because he actually made the peg the same color as the skin,
Well,
as opposed to making it a blue peg. This is not a legit Jim Lee suit. I'm sorry, Koopa. This is just him reusing the Rebirth Superman. Look, even the cuffs. You're not supposed to have the cuffs if it's the classic Jim Lee look.
hey man, let them tell it. People still say that McFarlane is doing a much better job than Marvel Legends. A lot of people.
If they don't know better, yeah, I could say that's true. Customer appreciation, okay. Gold Label figures are free for every qualifying purchase of $50+.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Free to you now.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. Joker Dragon, still last chance to vote.
Vote
Who
for
would?
Get
what?
the hell out. If this thing wins, that's how you know that Toy of the Year shit is garbage bullshit. Fucking, it's the equivalent of J.D. Power and Associates. It's a fucking shill bullshit award.
Does the Joker Dragon have wings though? Or am I
No.
bugging? There's no wings.
No.
Oh, interesting.
Floats.
Just floats, huh?
Just floats.
Dragon with no wings.
Makes no damn sense, man.
You guys talked about everything else, right? Including the Statter Shock that nobody wanted?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I said I
we're
hated
done.
on it. I hated on it. I said that it was a dumb choice, but I'm gonna buy it without question.
And that's what they're counting on, Rick.
Yep.
Oh, well,
They
they
got
fucking they guessed right. They
got
guessed
you.
fucking right.
Okay.
All right. That was McFarlane. And I think that was the end of the show.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
After
no,
show.
we missed one thing.
What?
What's that?
We still don't have full information on this thing, but I really did want to discuss it because it's a movie I really love and it's Bandai. I don't even know what this is. I don't know if this is SHF. I sent it in the chat. I forgot when we were talking Bandai. I forgot like, oh, mention the fucking Asuka, but then I was like, oh, yeah, look at this. I guess they did this a long time ago. Yeah, man, that one on the left is coming out in 2023. Look at that. Fucking nuts.
Go.
Yeah. Unreal.
Wait, what? What's the difference?
The whole new
it's
articulation scheme.
I was gonna say it's
Oh,
completely
I
different.
see. Okay.
More detail.
Yeah, I don't really know what this is, when it's coming out, but it's Bandai, so I'm fucking buying
Is this
it, no
Dune?
question. No, that's Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind. Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, however you fancy pronouncing it. I don't know what the correct one is, so let me not fucking act like I would know.
I'm gonna say Ghibli.
Hard to know with the Japanese pronunciations, yeah. Hard to know. Yeah,
Cool.
that looks pretty cool. I don't know. I don't have any information on it besides the fact that it's Bandai and that it's coming. It says 2023, so just whenever we know more, we'll speak on it.
Yeah, I was only looking at the head sculpt as like the difference, but yeah, this is definitely a big improvement. All right.
Head sculpt.
Okay. After
All right.
show?
That's
After
it.
show,
Goodbye.
after
Hey,
the
welcome to
party,
the after show. How's it going?
Hey,
welcome to
we're
the
at top
Waffle
of the hour
House
here. Are we talking
of the
movies?
podcast.
Talking movies, TV.
What movies came out that we missed? Other than that, Spider-Man's come out, but I haven't watched it yet. So
Well, She-Hulk had a new episode.
I did.
We might as well
I
talk about that
did.
because that's all anybody is ever talking about.
It's
Yeah.
it's very controversial.
Actually, real quick before we get into She-Hulk, did you guys check out the Game of Thrones prequel or the Lord of the Rings prequel?
I'm loving Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. I'm loving it.
Okay, House of Dragons,
just a-
right?
I'm a
don't
shill.
care about Game
I'm
of
a shill
Thrones.
for fucking. I'm a shill for Game of Thrones. I've not watched House of Dragon yet. I mean, I'm sorry, I've not watched Rings of Power yet.
hmm
But
I've
heard a lot of mixed
Rings
things.
of Power, and I thought it was actually quite good.
Okay, I heard it was really good.
Like
What people-
the music, like the score, like all of it is pretty darn epic. I was like actually impressed. Like the first 15 minutes of the first episode, I was like, whoa, we're like actually in for a good show.
Do you imagine that?
I was expecting some like cheese fest, and like no, it's like actually really good. Like the dialogue is very solid.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for our listeners and viewers out there, the Game of Thrones prequel called what's it called again, Rick? Sorry,
House of
Rings
Dragon.
of Power.
House of Dragons is on.
House of Dragon. Yeah.
House of
HBO.
the Dragon, excuse me.
House of the Dragon is on what, HBO?
Yes.
Max, baby.
Okay, and the Lord of the Rings prequel called what?
The Rings of Power.
Rings of Power. That's on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And
Rings of Power is like actually the most expensive television show ever produced.
Okay, I could see that.
Does it look like it is the most?
Does it look like it? Yeah.
It looks really good, dude. Like the production design is insane. I didn't get that first like immediate like these wigs are terrible like House of Dragon footage that I saw.
was what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you something about the quality. It slipped my mind.
The only thing you need to know about House of Dragons, I have not watched the show, but my favorite tweet of the week is not from House of Dragons, sorry, is from Ring of Power. My favorite tweet of the week is from Ring of Power. I'm about to screen share this with you guys so you can see it. It is the most.
Oh my god! I hope it's what I think it is.
How it feels to be high at the mall walking by
No!
people.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna get my GoPro footage.
That's very funny.
Oh, Jesus.
Yo, that's too funny.
That was fantastic.
That can only be trumped by being like high at the supermarket and trying to like make decisions and shit. Yeah, that was funny. All right, so She-Hulk.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk,
Are we
Another-
all?
Here we go.
Are we all
Another
caught up
great
on it?
tweet my second favorite.
This
tweet
is just
of the
more
week-
proof that Marvel has gone downhill.
Oh my
Mhm.
god. Yeah. This. Ever since I read this take, that's all I've been mirroring. The last couple of days, the last 2 days.
Mhm.
Of course, everybody's up in arms about, She-Hulk throwing her ass back at the end of the fucking credit scene.
Mhm.
My favorite tweet that I've ever read in regards to that was a guy replying, "Two fine ass women are shaking ass in 4K, and all you guys are doing are complaining."
Well, one fine ass woman and one fine ass CGI.
Yes.
So yeah, what you guys think? We all caught up on the episodes. Everybody seen 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
Honestly, like I really enjoyed this last episode. Maybe I'm
So did
not a
I.
real Marvel fan apparently, but like I had a good time. I was laughing. I thought it was enjoyable. What's the problem?
Yeah, I don't know.
Really funny too.
This is where, like, again, the whole like I don't care how accurate it is to the thing. I just enjoy it for what it is, and I thought it was fun.
Somebody made a good point. I don't know if it was Poncho, but I read it in a thread that Poncho was in, where somebody said if this was Deadpool, he was shaking his ass with Megan Thee Stallion, you'd think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, 100%.
So like if that's the truth, if this was a Deadpool series and Deadpool started shaking his ass with fucking Megan Thee Stallion, people would lose their damn minds.
Rick,
And
that's
listen, somebody-
because Deadpool isn't trying to like put some agenda forward, okay?
I loved that call out in this episode, man. Like, and it's funny because they just fulfilled the prophecy. Fucking said exactly what Marvel said they were gonna say in the episode. When they were going through those comments of like, not my She-Hulk, like, it was hilarious.
Mhm. Listen, man, I'm not really expecting too much from these Marvel shows. I'm just looking to go in and have a good time. I'm not looking for the, um, most comic accuracy. Obviously, everything that they do is going to be based on the comics, no matter what. It's going to be, loosely based on the source material, but they're going to have to take some liberties and do some things to adapt it to television, and also do some things to adapt it to a wider audience. And if you ever read She-Hulk in the comics, she is not only goofy and silly like this, but also breaks the fourth wall and was breaking the fourth wall before Deadpool ever did it. Because if you are an avid comic book reader and collector, you know that the original version of Deadpool was not this version that we have in modern times with all of these jokes and craziness and shit. He was just a straight up killer, like a straight up mercenary that may have said one or two like little quippy things here and there or whatever before they turned him into this whole like jokey character. But way before they did that with Deadpool, She-Hulk was doing that in the comics. And also she was very promiscuous in the comics. And I'm sure that's something that they had to tone down for the show. I'm sure there'll be some aspect of that in the show or whatever, but they got to make adjustments. And I think they probably went a little heavier on the comedy and kind of tone down the sexual content maybe. I know some people may think that this whole like twerking episode is wild or kids can't see that or whatever the case may be, but again, I thought it was pretty on brand for She-Hulk to be goofy like that and something the character would probably do in the comic books. And also it was Megan Thee Stallion and she was just playing herself. She was on brand. It is what it is. Like I'm not expecting too much from this. And I thought this episode was probably the funnest episode, honestly. I didn't really see too much wrong with it aside from the pretty bad CGI in certain instances or whatever. But I enjoyed it. I'm having a good time. Just having a good time. I'm not looking for a fucking The Godfather 1 and shit from She-Hulk. Like it is what it is.
Yeah,
Godfather Part 2.
I only had one issue with this show. I only had one issue with this episode, and honestly, it's my first real criticism of this show. CGI is whatever. I understand budget constraints. and timing and whatever. I'll give him the benefit of the fucking doubt. But that casting for the Wrecking Crew is egregious.
Yeah, that was pretty
Fucking white Thunderball and these goof ass dudes, like, bro, I can't tell you how many nights I'd spend with David Walton fucking around, like, dude, who should they cast in the Wrecking Crew? It should be this guy. It should be this dude. Like, nah, this dude should be Thunderball. Or like, nah, Terry Crews should have been Thunderball. And then they go and fucking cast a straight ass
You broke up.
white boy as Thunderball. That fucking bro, terrible.
I don't know. That might
They
not
were
be
like
that
glorified extras, to be honest. Yes, if they were
Might not
trying
be
to
that-
cast them as like actual like villain big characters, I could see why you would want to give it bigger casting like that. But they're just like thugs, they're just henchmen, really.
Yeah, but he literally calls him fucking Thunderball, and they specifically left that in there. The fucking white boy is playing a black dude's character. Hated
Okay,
that.
yeah.
I just really hated that. Love Thunderball, and I love the Wrecking Crew, so it really pissed me off.
Well, I don't know, Rick. I thought you were okay with race swapping characters. Where do you stand on this? Come on.
It's a good show, man. It's a good show. It's just my personal. It didn't ruin the episode for me, and I still really liked it. When she said that she would kill for Megan Thee Stallion, I fucking died of laughter.
Yeah, that last little bit I thought
thought it
was really funny. I thought it was really funny. But I mean, let's dig a little deeper into this because I think the whole like controversy is. I mean, I guess it's the twerking shit, but that was like literally like 5 seconds in the whole fucking episode. But I see a lot of people saying that it's a quote unquote like woke agenda, or like they don't want to see, they don't want Marvel to address any like current, um, cultural issues or cultural war issues or critical issues or anything that could relate to real life. And like, what do you guys feel about that? Like, do you think that it should be that way, or is it actually being true to the source material, being exactly what it is? That's what comic books do. They address a lot of politics, a lot of current issues, and whatever time they were released, they're going to be addressing those things in some form or fashion. That is literally what comic books do. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this whole like
I think
quote unquote woke shit?
I think Falcon and Winter Soldier did a lot of that, and
Well, I mean, I
this
think that's what people was mad about for Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's for sure.
yes, yeah. So it's funny that like you can't win. You address what's going on in the world, and people fucking hate it. They're like, keep politics out of my comic book movies and my comic books. But then when you don't do it, and you're much more lighthearted with She-Hulk, it's like, oh well, they're not fucking talking about current events. And even then, like they're not addressing fucking world-changing topics, but they address these fans that we're talking about. They showed all those tweets of people calling She-Hulk a woke hero and all that bullshit. Not my She-Hulk crap. Like, you know what I mean, so they're still addressing current day things, but just not a particularly super important things. But
I don't really like how the whole like even term woke has been like hijacked and shit. Like, yo, woke is supposed to be good. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on a podcast some weeks back or whatever, or some episodes back. But like, being woke is not supposed to be a bad thing. Like, being woke means you're awake, means you are aware of the bullshit, aware of oppression, or aware of like some uh, uh, villainous plot by the government to like deceive you about some shit. If you awoke and you're awake and you could see and your third eye is open and all of these things, then that means you see things clearly and you see things for what they are. So being woke is not a bad thing. So I don't know how they've changed this like positive connotation to be a negative connotation all of a sudden. I don't even understand that. But like, yo,
Because that is the plot by the government.
right. I mean, like these shows are addressing things that are like on the hearts, in the hearts, and on the minds of people and all across the world. Like it is what it is. Like
Ebony Leopard is right. Boog means how woke has been colonized.
100%.
Boom. Fucking dead
But
on.
like, I mean, shit happens. I mean, the whole Me Too movement happened, and people might say that that was some woke agenda shit or whatever. But like, since that has happened, that has made us look at how we behave in the workplace, things we say to women, what is actually acceptable and not acceptable, especially as it relates to the workplace. And this show addressed it, not even in a like mad serious sort of like preachy way, but like in a comedic way and shit, like in a lighthearted way. Like I don't really see the problem with that
I
shit.
also really love the I think they call him Pug, but it's like short for Italian name. Whatever it is, like
Gliaschi?
Pugliese or something, yeah.
Mhm.
And his character is like the sort of like nice guy in a weird way, where he's just like the shapeshifter like impersonates him or whatever, and he's like, no, I didn't mean that. Like, you guys know me, right? Like he's kind of like this, nice guy, like ally character or whatever. And I think he's kind of the foil for like all of the other, bad male characters in the show so far, like the dude who thinks he's actually dating Megan Thee Stallion.
Absolutely.
I feel like it is, it's no secret that MCU is definitely trying to appeal to like a more broad audience. There's those of us who kind of grew up with it, but in this modern age, it has become a very mainstream, I don't know, property or whatever. And as such, they got to like try to pull some more people in. And I definitely know the type of people that would be attracted to this show because it's about like a female character, because it features popular female artist Megan Thee Stallion, who is popular amongst a female demographic too. Like, I get it. Like, and I think it works. I think it's fine. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Not at all. And
Yeah,
I mentioned on Instagram too that like every episode so far has featured some female vocalist or rap artist or something like that. So it was only like the natural progression of things to actually have one of these artists physically appear on the show and shit. Like I think it's totally on brand and totally building the show. And like each episode has been, I think marginally better than the last episode. Like it is what it is. Aside from the CGI, it's a fun show. What was you gonna say, Rick?
She didn't spend the whole fucking episode teaching She-Hulk how to twerk. It was literally 5 seconds.
It was an after credits scene, bro. It was 5 seconds, and the whole like bit of the episode. Sorry if I'm spoiling this. Was that it wasn't for most of the episode. It wasn't even Megan Thee Stallion. It was supposed to be some like Asgardian shapeshifter pretending to be Megan Thee Stallion and tricking the other character that Fabio just mentioned into thinking that he was dating Megan Thee Stallion. But at the very end, she actually showed up in the courtroom and shit like that. So like, it was funny. It was. I thought it was.
And how about Wong just evading federal charges by just teleporting away? Like, come on.
You do realize you've confessed to a federal crime. Just fucking dips out immediately.
That's assault, brother.
That's assault, brother.
But just to kind of cap this off a little bit. Listen, man, there is no doubt about it that the straight white male is super represented in everything, and all of media and pop culture and whatever the case may be. That
in the creation of media and pop culture,
correct.
Works in that industry, it could go ahead and tell you that most of the people behind the cameras are that demographic.
Mm-hmm. So, it's okay. It's all right for some black and some brown people and some women to have some notable roles and some lead roles, and for things to even out a little bit. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. The world is diverse. America is diverse. Like it's all right. If this shit really triggers you and makes you that angry, you got to do some self-reflection. You got to figure out why that is. What is it in you that makes you really upset about diversity and about, kitchen table issues and different things being coming up, because they've always come up in comic books. That's what it is. I got a picture of Black Panther beating up the KKK on my computer that I saved. It is what it is.
Whoa, that's like 70s woke.
Right. So, like, I mean, like, why is this shit triggering you? Why is this shit making you upset to see a female character as a lead, or a black character as a lead, or a brown character as a lead, or Asian character, or whatever it is? Like, why is that upsetting you? You got to do some self reflection and figure out why you're pissed off about it.
Yeah,
That's it.
and and then there's always those people that are like, well, people just don't care about the MCU anymore. Like, man, that Thor movie, I think, was like their 5th highest grossing film. This She-Hulk show is like, I think, their most highest watched show. Like, people still care and people still watch it. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't
No,
understand where people come up with this shit.
if you could honestly say that, like, you just don't like it because you just don't like it, then I mean, that's cool. But
Yeah, absolutely.
questioning all of this other shit, if you questioning a female lead and you questioning a black lead or whatever the case may be, again, you got to do some self-reflection. That shit don't bother me. We've been, again, as a black person, you know, a lot of my, like, quote unquote heroes or people that I looked up to, or people that were in that role growing up, it wasn't many people that look like me. Like, you know what I mean? It's been a long time coming for me personally to just be able to um, recognize and relate to somebody that actually looks like me. And that has been an agenda, sure, of Marvel and of some of these other companies for the past, 7 to 10 years, is saying, all right, well, here's somebody that is like you. Here's somebody that comes from your demographic or from your neighborhood, or here's a woman to represent you, or whatever the case may be. And that shit should not upset you. It should not trigger you. You need fucking therapy if this shit is bothering you that much.
Listen, I had 5 seasons of an Italian American led television show called The Sopranos to represent me. So I'm not mad when other people get their turn.
Yeah, and it's like Boog said, it's not like we're sitting here saying that you can't dislike the show or you have to like it, but like, some of the reasoning y'all don't like this show is pretty suspect.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's really weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it with Obi-Wan Kenobi when you're talking about, just disliking the female lead in the show and trying to disguise it behind writing or acting or directing complaints. Like, it's a very thinly veiled bad faith argument.
100%. And another comment that I made on my post is that, like, yo, hip hop is culturally impactful across all cultures. Hip hop runs the fucking world. That's everything. Every fucking commercial, every ad, every this or that has some aspect or some touch of hip hop in there. And again, they played hip hop artists in every episode so far, and they've been good songs that tie into the episode, into what's going on in the whole girl power thing. And I think that whole aspect of it has been really well, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But I think they did a good job. I think they've done a good job with that. And yo, in more recent years and modern times and shit like that, I don't even be fucking with a lot of the, like, hip hop music that's out and shit like that. Like, I don't like it's a frequency, and it's just a frequency that I'm not really on as a 41-year-old man with a female child with a daughter too. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't even be fucking with a lot of that stuff. But I'm also grown enough and mature enough to take it at face value and be like, all right, this is just entertainment. I'm not living my life like this or whatever. But a lot of that shit it's not the greatest message or frequency or standards to live your life by, but it works here. Like it just does. The Eve song that they played in the second episode was spot on. This whole Megan, I'm not even a Megan Thee Stallion fan like that, but that particular song is a certified hit. It's a catchy song. It's a good song. I think they did a good job, man, curating this whole thing. That was the word I was
Yeah,
looking for. I think they did
and you know
very
this was actually a very personal episode for the lead actress Tatiana. She, I guess, when they were developing the show and they brought up this episode, the plot of this episode was always there's an Asgardian person imitating a famous female. She duped somebody that She-Hulk knows, and that was just the premise of the episode. And when they were spitballing, like, who do we get? I guess the lead actress was like, well, I would love Megan Thee Stallion. Like, I'm a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan. I would love if we could get her. They were all just kind of in unison, like, yeah, we're not getting Megan Thee Stallion. Like, it's not gonna. I don't know if that's gonna work. Like, she's such a big star. And then, like, I guess, like a week before, like a few weeks before shooting that episode, we're like, oh yeah, we got Megan Thee Stallion. And then I guess she read through the script, and the first thing she saw was like a note of like, add this line into the script, and it was, "I'll kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion." They said that they put it in there because they felt like she really would kill for Megan Thee Stallion. It was a funny interview I just saw earlier today where she was like, "Yeah, they put it in because they know that I'd kill for Megan Thee Stallion." So
Yeah,
it was a funny little story leading up to that.
I think the one line that Megan Thee Stallion had too was well delivered. It was like it was all on brand. It was all in sync, man. It worked out, man. It really did. Did you not see the episode?
Oh, I sure
Andy?
did.
Oh, you did? What you think?
I loved it. I think the show's great. I think the humor is really funny. It's not like the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, but it's above and beyond entertaining to me. Like
Mhm.
it's great. I think it's really cool how it ties into some of the smaller avenues of the MCU. You get to explore some of these characters and some of these plot lines that have seemingly been forgotten. It's just cool. I don't know. It's just a cool show. It's just I just like watching it. I don't know what the fucking big deal is. Sugar
The
ass
shit
at the end of
is-
the episode is fucking fine with me. I don't who fucking cares.
It's playing out like a true comic book arc. Like, you know what I mean? The different sort of plot lines and shit like that. We got the whole thing happening with Hulk and him going into outer space, and we got some, villain behind the scenes right now that got revealed in this episode who we don't know, who's sent out the Wrecking Crew dudes, and like, her building up to leaning into her role as a superhero and maybe joining Avengers at some point. It's a lot of different, you know, um, avenues here to explore and shit. So I think that aspect of it is pretty exciting. I saw a lot of people upset about the episode where the car had pushed Hulk or whatever too, and a lot of people saying that Hulk has been like emasculated or like whatever. Like, yo, this is the smart Hulk version of Hulk that is not actually as strong and aggressive as the regular Savage Hulk version. This is again something that happened in the comics. He's going through quite a few different personas in the comic books, and I don't think that it was the fact that he was actually like being overpowered by the car. He just didn't want to like fuck up the car, fuck up the house at that particular point, you know?
He literally says like, "Don't mess up my car." And so when he's trying to stop her in the car, I'm pretty sure his first idea isn't "let me destroy my car."
Right.
Yeah.
It's just good.
If you want to talk about
little
Hulk
bit of-
being emasculated by anybody, Thanos did it like 3 movies ago. So I don't. It's a big fucking deal.
And you know, it was funny in this episode we saw somebody on Twitter say it.
Yeah.
They're emasculating the Hulk. They're emasculating the Hulk.
I'll say my favorite part about this series so far is just like how casual it feels, I guess, maybe. Like the way that the jokes are delivered and then the way that she breaks the fourth wall. Like it's just very like just very casual. It feels very natural. It just feels like you're fucking around with a friend or something, and it's just you and your friends joking around, kinda, maybe. I don't know.
No, I'm with you. I agree with that. It's again, that's what I said. It's lighthearted, just good, easy to follow along. fun. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those jumping on points for a comic book where you may not have to know everything that went on before for you to enjoy this particular story and shit. So,
And I think it peppers, good a lot of good things in the show. Like like that speech that Emil made. That was such an important speech within the MCU. Him basically telling his story, like, yeah, I was hired to take out what I was told was a monster that would destroy the world. In my mind, I'm not a villain. Like, I
mhm.
never considered that I was the bad guy. Yeah, but maybe the ends didn't justify the means, but to me, I was hired to do the job, and I thought that I was the good guy. That's an important speech to me, because there's a lot of people that feel that way in MCU.
I mean, yeah, that's the whole like makeup of a villain. Like, you know what I mean? Some average Joe or some regular guy that just got like turned around or got, misled or confused or whatever the case may be and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's those true villains that just been terrible from day one, and then there's like, people that just get in a bad situation or whatever. But yeah, that also kind of like dug into the whole like attorney portion of the show and like finding these different like loopholes and different ways to explain things and get your client out of out of trouble in certain situations. Um, I kind of wish some of the lawyerly stuff was a little more like serious and a little more like um, written a little better, maybe. But again, overall, the whole show is real easygoing. So I can't be asking for like you know crazy, really well written drama.
Yeah, this isn't Better Call Saul.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Um,
How have we not
now,
talked about Better Call Saul on this show yet?
you said what?
I said,
Oh,
how have we
yeah,
not
yeah.
talked about Better Call Saul on this show yet?
I mean, we have.
We did a couple weeks ago because the
Yeah.
series is over.
Oh, we did? Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Were you finally caught up or what?
Oh, I've been. I was there with all of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one who's not been there with all of you.
Oh,
That's who he was thinking of. I'm the odd man out.
So we got how many episodes in total of She-Hulk? Did we say
9?
8 or 9? 9.
I
Yeah.
think it's 9.
All right. So we got what, 6 more?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I remember it's a very awkward amount.
I'm sure people have been discussing in the chat, but I would love to see all of the regulars chime in for comments after this goes up and tell us all the wonderfully terrible things they want to say about us and the show. We welcome it.
There's some super
This
chats
guy's
right
pushed the
now
woke
pertaining to this very conversation.
Oh, let's
Alright.
hear it.
Hell yeah.
Fatman said the only thing he didn't like was the CGI. The CGI for walking She-Hulk into her office was so weird and robotic. She looked like she was hiding a fart. When it's close up, the CGI is odd. He also, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't really care that the CGI looks kind of funny sometimes. Like, to me, it doesn't even look bad, like objectively bad. I think, like, I don't know. I mean, I've seen bad CGI, so it's fine. Even when stuff is like strange, like almost every single shot of Tony Stark in his armor in Civil War was objectively bad, but it didn't take me out of it. Like, he had like a floating head like that entire movie, but
Yeah.
it was fine.
I mean, this isn't Steven Dorff inflating and exploding in the original Blade. Like, it's fine.
yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, I'm suspending my disbelief enough to accept these characters. I'm okay with some weird CGI, but I can definitely understand how some people just aren't. They're just like sensitive to like bad CGI and stuff. So I get it. Fatman also said another spoiler, just in case anybody is wondering. Would have liked it way more if Abomination was faking and lying the whole time, and the post-credit scene was him getting recruited by the Thunderbolts. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Sick.
I mean, that's a little bit Monday morning quarterbacking the whole show, isn't it? Though.
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean,
Uh,
we could go into fan fiction of what we'd rather see for
True.
sure.
Very true.
I think there will be eventually a Thunderbolts tie-in, but I think for the most part, the post-credit scenes on this show have mostly been comedy-based anyway.
Yeah,
so
they're all comedy so far.
Why would we get any plot development on that?
They might do the very last one might be plot heavy, I would imagine.
We'll see, but that's again us putting expectations into it.
I guess.
Lowered expectations.
BXTR Works hit us with 10. He said, She-Hulk is a fun show. Episode 3 is the best so far. CGI is trash, though. Did her booty get bigger? Incredible. Force fist bumps, and then Valaverse X, Valaverse cross Resvani collab. Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you, BXTR Works. I would say, I would even, going back to Fat Man's other comment, like, I think the CGI looks worse when it's zoomed out. When it's up close and it's just her, it looks fine. When it's like zoomed out wide shots of her with like other real things, it definitely stands out as like, rubbery and like fake.
I guess I'm just like so insensitive to that stuff because like I don't even notice that the CGI looks bad in the show. Like I truly have not nothing has taken me out where I'm like, this looks awful. But
yeah,
that's just me. That's literally just me. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Poncho said. I don't know why Poncho's like that, but for me, like, I always make it a point to watch really piece of shit films. Like I've watched the dupe of Ratatouille. That's bad CGI. Like I've seen shit with bad CGI, so this doesn't take me out or anything like that. Just personally,
yeah,
it doesn't affect my experience. Like it's not the greatest CGI. Don't get me wrong, but it could be better. But I've seen real bad CGI and this isn't it.
Yeah, it's just passable. It's passable.
Yeah,
that's fine. Jamichael Johnson hit us with 5. He said these people are just mad because they feel a narrative is being pushed when all that's happening is they just show people existing in general beyond what we see 24/7, which is very true. 100% true.
That's dead on.
Whoa, that's dangerous talk, brother.
It is very dangerous. You want to hear something even more dangerous?
What, Poncho?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was leading into something. But yeah, he's dead on.
But yeah, I agree. Like,
not gonna lie.
Minorities exist. It's
whoa.
How dare people cast them in shows, man? I don't know. I said it on the podcast before to echo what you said, Boog, about this stuff being very important to people of color and stuff like that, and representation and whatnot. One of like the illest moments that I've ever experienced in a movie theater was watching Into the Spider-Verse with Rebecca's little sister, whose mom is Mexican, and then Miles was speaking Spanish to his family, and like her face lit up, and she's like, "Oh, he's speaking Spanish! Like that's incredible." She was like, "Oh, I speak Spanish," and I was like, "Man, this is the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. This is so great."
I mean, again, if you are a white person, like this shit don't really cross your mind because you are so overstimulated with people that look like you that it's just the norm and shit like that. Like it's not the norm for somebody who's not white. Like it just is what it is. So it's eye opening. It's like celebratory when we see some type of representation like that on the big screen or in pop culture and media and shit like that. Like it's wild. It's wild for you to hold a little action figure that looks like you and shit. Why the fuck you think and you want to get the Ned fucking figure? Like it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's just so important. I mean, I go back to like obviously they're not MCU related, but things like Coco and things like Encanto, like those films, they mean so much to kids and to just people in general.
And more importantly, what it means to me as an adult.
Specifically him.
Stranger Things and Eddie Munson representing a whole new generation of little metalheads playing master puppets. I'm like, oh, this is why representation is important. Because it finally matters to me.
Yes.
Exactly.
Metalheads is
very important race.
Greater than blacks. Yes.
See, that's what you understand. You get it.
You get off of Hispanic and black agendas right now. Can we get to the rockers?
The Rockers.
What are you talking
Can
about?
we get to us long-haired freaky people who need not apply?
Oh,
Oh,
man,
my
remember
God.
the
somebody
actual
get-
Rockers? Marty Jannetty? Was that his
Marty
name?
Jannetty,
Yeah.
Marty Jannetty and
Yeah.
Shawn
Jannetty.
Michaels, the Hollywood,
Yeah.
the
Yes,
Rockers.
the original Rockers,
Exactly.
yes.
See, I didn't understand these arguments you guys were making until I saw Stranger Things, and I'm like, oh, I get it now, because it's about me now.
Mhm.
What a change of pace, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, that's this new character I'm working on, guy who makes everything about himself.
But yeah, that's She-Hulk. Again, like I said, I welcome your comments. Some of you repeat offenders to the channel, and some of you guys that just love to hate this channel. Hey, I'm not gonna block you, so come on with it. I welcome it. What's your comment?
And, feel free to tell us why you don't like the show.
Yeah.
Let us know.
100%.
I'd agree with you, but
Hey, and if you don't like it, I invite you to watch even more.
no, I'm on my Michael Scott shit. You know what? I'm gonna watch it even harder.
What does that mean, Michael?
What is that? You know what it means.
One final thing I want to bring up before we head out. I'm gonna share screens real quick. We got to it at the end of the show, the very ass end of the show last week, but I wanted to bring up this banger by Michael Johnson, literally Fabio as the Joker.
Oh my god!
How did you guys get my high school yearbook photo?
Most likely to live in a society.
It's got to be your avatar for at least 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
We live in a rumble society.
Well, I say Avatar, but yeah, no, you're right.
Big shout out to Michael
You know
Johnson.
what?
He hit us with this as a super chat earlier in the show, but it had just like it was too far up, so I didn't see it.
This was the perfect time.
Shout out to Michael Johnson, because if you really think about it, we do live in a rumble society. If you break it down, you get down into the nitty and the gritty. We kind of live in a rumble society.
Yeah, when you get to the nitty and the gritty, you realize it's kind of shitty.
We do be living
like
in a rumble society.
It's like all of us, like we're some kind of suicide squad.
We all live in a Pokemon world.
I knew it. How did I know?
Yeah.
All right, you want to do plugs? Then we'll get out.
Yeah.
Please.
Got it. I'm gonna be on She-Hulk next week. I'll have a Koofy on.
Oh yeah.
Not a
Now you're
Kegel
fucking
cap.
talking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be on She-Hulk, but I will be here on the channel, continuing to do what I've been doing. I'm gonna have some official reviews coming out next week or this week coming, and yeah, just having a good time, just kicking back and playing with my toys. So come join me. Fabio,
Yeah,
what
with
you
my toys.
Nice. Well, yeah, my name is Fabio. My friends call me Fobster, especially on Instagram and YouTube, Fobster360. And putting up streams every week. I just did a great one this past Monday, probably one of my best episodes ever. Really, I think accurately reflecting the overall thoughts in the Mesco community as far as these delays that we briefly mentioned on this episode go. I'm still having a hard time processing it all. If I wasn't my full jovial self on this episode of the A.C.B.A. podcast, it's because I'm still deeply upset and hurt, frankly, by all of the things that I don't have that I have to wait longer for. So if you want my full thoughts on that, definitely go check out my last stream. Another one coming up this Monday with a possible special guest star, so look out for that. Other than that, just if you're into Mesco and other 1/12 scale premium soft goods lines, check me out here on YouTube at Fobster. Poncho?
Yo, I put up a video. SHF's Kids. I talk about second form Frieza. I talk about it for 4 minutes straight. The litmus test for whenever I know that I put out a cool video is when my old boss comments on it and says how much he likes it, because he doesn't fuck with toys at all. He is not in this community. He doesn't even buy figures. He doesn't even buy figures for his kid, but he'll sit through an entire video of mine. That's how I know that it's watchable at the very least. So I encourage everybody to go watch it. It's on my YouTube channel at Poncheesy. And that's that. That's that for me.
Fantastic.
Well, Rick, I thought you were going to go next, but all right.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if he was done, cut out
Okay.
or something. Hey, it's me. I'm still here. I'm still selling fake doors, and you catch me every Friday unless something comes up and I can't make it.
Excellent.
Besides that, I'll be here. Doing
Love
the same old two-step.
I will say one more thing. I put out last week. I touched on it briefly, but I also put out a live stream where I did a tier list of homies in the community. I might live stream more. I don't know. It's always so busy every week, so I don't really know. I don't want to step on any toes or whatever. But I might do like a part 2 of that tier list because there are so many people left out. Maybe a part 2 electric boogaloo homies I'd hug in the community. Who knows? Maybe we'll see.
If you don't live stream, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, more of that, please.
No doubt. All right. Well, thank you to everybody for hanging out with us this evening. Thank you, as usual, for all of the super chats and the support. We thank you guys for coming to hang out with us on a Friday night. We appreciate you. You are what keeps us coming back. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time. Peace.
Watch the skies, friends.
Bye.
I really do also appreciate the ones that I don't really appreciate. I appreciate you guys still too. Everywhere we go.